CEO stand coming with the spoon. And your boy Friday the South and band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepan, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon.
Bada.
Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kuwa. Bese kuwa, kudileo. Kuwa, kudileo.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO stand coming with the spoon. And your boy Friday the South and band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon.
Okay, tune to Spoon if you want to get the news update. You want to know what's happening in Liberia. Today is the 27th day of September. Gradually, we are closing up on the third quarter of the year. I like to say welcome with the time at 9 minutes past 8 p.m. in Monrovia. This is a great way to welcome you to Liberia's premier talk show on radio and online. This is the Spoon Talk. This is where you get authentic information. This is where you get critical analysis with our diverse panel here every night. You get to have a great show. As always, we are live across the internet. We're live on YouTube. Spoon Talk Live is the YouTube handle. Thanks to our many followers already joining us via YouTube. We're live on Facebook as well. The Facebook handles are Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. We want to say welcome to everyone joining us across the internet tonight. Thanks to the thousands of you across Liberia who will always run to your radio, tune in to 107.5 Spoon FM, 101.1 Fabric, or our affiliate radio stations across the country, whether Trust FM in Bombing County, Premier FM in Bon County, Trend Radio in Grand Cru, Radio Yalaman in Seclipia, Nimba County, or the rest of the other radio stations. We appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. This edition of Spoon Talk is loaded on the weekend, on the Friday evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Nelson Collet. Let me go across the table and bring in Dr. Richardson. It's good to see you, Dr. Richardson. Welcome to the show. Oh, sorry. I think you're muted. You are
Yes, I
muted.
am. Yes, I am. How are you doing? Long time no see.
Yes, I'm doing good. Indeed, it's been a while since I last started the show. Yes, Damo has been starting the show, doing a very good job. So
Yes,
most times I come in at the end of the show, and
that's
at
right.
that times you're not on. Yeah.
That's right. Well, it's great to see you. I just want to echo what we do here at Spoon for the Liberian people. Yesterday was a very busy day for me. I actually had two classes to teach. That's why I'm not here on Thursday. I'm mostly in my academic world. But so I'm yesterday before I went to work, I made a stop at a very popular grocery store or store that we have here called Walmart. And my husband needed some breakfast stuff. So, I wish I had a wife, but that's why I'm here. I'm the wife. Women, men have it so easy. I'm telling you, we women, we have it really, really hard. We got to take care of, the husband, the family, the children, then we got to go to work. So yeah, I am going to work. And he said, I need needle milk. I need honey for my tea. So I said, okay, I will stop to the store before I get to work and purchase those things. I had two classes. I don't get home until 11 o'clock on Thursday nights. So I get in there and I'm walking busy, trying to run out. And I see this woman and she stops me. She said, your face look, which is, I usually get this stop, by the way, when I'm out there. So it's not something new, but I try to when you're rushing, you're doing this, and you try to be gracious about it, this is humble about it. And she said, Spoon Talk. And I'm like, don't want to say anything. I'm like, hesitant. And she said, Dr. Richardson. And I, of course, when you call my name, I know you're going to talk about me and it's safe, And she said, can I give you a hug right away? And of course, I'm a hugger. So I made a gesture and, and we hugged each other. I didn't know this woman, never met her. And she said, I just want to tell you, thank you so much for standing up and, participating in the Liberia political conversation. Thank you for standing by Stanton when we thought the station was going to be shut down. You're still strong. And I never really, she said you affirm, despite the fact that you and Stanton come from different political views at the time, you guys are at different political party. You're the only woman in the show, you're still strong. You made us proud. So thank you. And also for opening doors for the other women that came in. And that was very nice of her. And she said, you know what? I have to tell you something though. She said, you guys do something for us. I don't know if you know this. Many of us older people in this country, in the United States, we work in different group homes, different group settings. And around 4 o'clock, the client's home. We already finished cooking their food. We got them sitting down ready. There's nothing for us to do until 11 o'clock. We'll go home. So we put a show on, we listen to it. Our client know about Liberian business because we be talking to the show. And it was just really nice, that she said, I want to please tell Dwalu Tell her she mentioned all of the spoon panels. Tell them thank you because the show that we used to have before. It's not that it wasn't good with her information like pure, but this one we get to hear you're talking. You can't have the reason give a view. Jalo gave a view. Center gave a view. Everybody get a view. So then we leave with like okay. Every night when we leave, we start thinking more and more about Liberia. So this is you guys are helping us. She said many of us working group when we all now won't go back to our country, but and this is the only way we get information. So that made me feel really, really good. It made me feel like I'm contributing to Liberia, in a special way. So I just wanted to share that with the audience and tell you guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Dwalu, hello. I just
Hi,
wanted to
how you doing? How you doing? Now you spoke about something, and I want to say this to you, Dr. Francine. It speaks to your leadership. A leader does not quit when the situation gets tough. They hang on until they get it right. And I think people like you have strengthened the way we think about our country, have strengthened a platform that continues to speak to the country. There will be disagreement at times, but yet and still we forge forward. Despite what some people might think, this platform pushes Liberia in the direction that we so desire. It may not be how you want it to get done. It may not be to your liking because of political affiliation, but at the end of the day, I believe we are doing a good work here, and that's a good thing, Dr. Francis. You took off far. Dulcie,
yeah,
man, what's going on? How's everything, guys? Just share the show, come on board, and let's talk Liberia. Dulcie,
yes.
Yes, sir. Mr. Dwalu, it's good to see you again. And
always
as
a
always, the Liberian people are waiting and they are all ears to listen to what you have for them tonight.
yeah.
And
I got something special for them tonight, and really, this is a message from the Papi's camp, literally. And I mean, I'm one of the biggest people on this platform in terms of I hate the word chastise, but pushing the administration to do better by our people. And I want to bring a simple message to you guys. Please share the show. Hopefully, those of you that listen to the show the following day or later on in the evening will get this message more
Mhm.
as more and more people come on. It is easier to lose hope very quickly. There are sometimes I get entirely frustrated. I'm not frustrated because I have any doubt that Honorable Baka cannot govern this country. I sometimes get frustrated with the pace at which the country is developing because I have a strong conviction that we are not here for a long time. I really believe this to my core. If an opportunity presents itself, I believe the leadership must maximize the opportunity so we can develop, given that we are so far behind. Every time there is a hesitation, it hurts me because we are not capitalizing on those opportunities to develop the country, given a lot of young people are now working. Look, let me say this. I want you to rest assured, young people, especially those of you who are unemployed in the country, the Papi is working. He is working to bring some solutions to you. I understand how hard it can be at times. And those of us who came on the airwaves, literally full 5 hours a day during the campaign period and told you that this president's going to change the conditions in the country. I believe it's a golden opportunity that Honorable Baka himself recognizes that he has to do something to leave a tremendous legacy that hopefully will change the trajectory of this country, reorient the entire country into a different direction that our children can inherit a better place. Honorable Baka understands this. I believe he's working hard to make sure he does this. His lieutenants, the ministers in the country, they themselves are getting to realize that this administration must take another direction if the people will continue to believe in the leadership of Honorable Boykai. He's an old man. Sometimes, maybe because of our youth, we want things to be quickened because of the condition that we have experienced in the past. And we may not have the patience because we believe we are too far behind. But I want to assure you that the president understands that. He's working, I would say, aggressively to get to that point. I know there are results that must come to the country now, and sometimes the results are very slow. Given if you have children, if you're a man or a woman, like Dr. Francis said, the woman have a massive burden. That sometimes I get on the only thing I worry about in the last 24 years, I am not joking. I'm gonna have money in our account. I don't know how bills get paid. My wife takes care of it. When food night the horse, I don't know whether the S bar empty is always full. So she does that. I know
Yeah.
it's a lot of work, but I
And
don't.
that is so also,
That
hey,
is
that
your-
is
and
to be
you
a woman, that is so.
but
Ah.
do it so flawlessly. We said we tired, honey. I'm too tired, and she works too.
Yes,
Woman is a manager. She's a protein chemist. She manages a laboratory here.
yes, I
So she got a
know.
lot of work. But
Yeah.
as a man, you don't factor that. Sometimes you gotta sit back. Even says she come, she folding clothes, she cooking.
Yes.
Okay, but I mean,
I
God,
want a wife. I keep on saying I want a wife myself.
God
Because
made you in a special way. I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm gonna say this to our people. I want you to be a little bit more patient. We will continue to push the administration. Honorable Baka has heard our message, and the message for job creation in the country has been heard. We are hoping to quicken the pace towards job creation in that country. So we're begging, my people, let together, Liberia has to develop. The message has been heard, and we will do everything we can to continue to push this government to deliver to our people what they so desperately need, which is dignity, employment, a form of security, civility in our society, aggressive education for our children, proper health care, a decent infrastructure that we can live a quality life in our own country. This is what we dream about. And this is what we'll continue to push Dr. Francine. So the audience, man, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you for joining us, and great topic, Dwalu, for Liberians. But I want to just begin with something that I spoke to my class last night, and I just kept on reminiscing about it. And it was about the existential themes, okay, that was presented by Yalom. And I think it's so applicable to what we do here. And then one of the first theme that is proposed is that we have the capacity for self-awareness. And that's why we come here every day to make Liberians aware of the situations in Liberia. Okay, it will be in your favor, it may not be in your favor, but we want you to be aware because you have the capacity for self-awareness. Once you are aware, you will develop the freedom from poor health, freedom for bad economic situation, freedom for good education. You develop that. And then, of course, what's freedom doesn't just come with nothing, it comes with responsibility. Okay, you are going to be responsible citizens. That's why we come here to speak about those things, to let you know some of the facts relating to what is happening in our country, because we want you to be free to be able to speak, to your government. We want you to be free to advocate for good education, good health care. But we also want you to be responsible enough not to just take a bag of rice, or not to just take your stomach infrastructure should be
There
safe.
you go. There you go.
All right, not just for the beautification of human beings, my miss said. All right,
Yeah.
we want you to be free when you speak your words. It should be your words. And then to talk about meaningful relationships, something that Jalu speaks about all the time, but I really appreciate it here. He talks about the way, the hallmark, the characteristic of a man is his relationship with other people.
Yeah.
What kind of relationship does he have with his wife? What kind of relationship does he have with his children? Okay, what kind of relationship does he have with his neighbors? What kind of relationship does he have with his country, for his leaders? Okay, is he seeking well for his leaders? Is he being honest with his leaders? If he's telling the truth, or is he just seeking a job? You know, we don't come here seeking a job. You know, I was listening yesterday, coming home at 9 o'clock, and Tata was saying, I'm part of the hustle. I gotta hustle. I want to say I gotta hustle back home. And you have me and Clarence, my brother, speaking about that hustle today, that cool business that you have, you know.
Well, look here.
Yes, you know, so the Clarence said, but we be part of it, just stay to ourselves, but we gotta tell them, I don't see how they get happy. But that's
Yeah.
part of the hustle, you know. And you have to always be searching for meaning.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be alive?
Yeah.
What does it mean? Are you just existing, or are you living? You know, what does it mean to be a Liberian to you? What does it mean to live the way that you live? You have to be able to search for those things. Search, like man, search for meaning. So it's a great book actually to read. You know, it speaks about you know, someone being incarcerated in the prison camp during the Holocaust war. But that's a whole different story. And you know, we have death anxiety in our country. That's something that I spoke about. This death anxiety. We also have anxiety. There'll always be, like, you know, isolation, trying to make meaning. Those things cause us anxiety, and we'll always have that. But what do you do with that anxiety is the important point here. What do you do when you feel anxious about your country? When you feel anxious that maybe the leaders are not serving you, what do you do? Do you just sit there and get deeper into anxiety, or do you just let that anxiety propel you? So I want to stop here. I see that Stanton here. I just wanted to give you guys a message from what I spoke about in my class last night, more from a psychological way, but I think it's applicable politically as well.
Thank you, Dr. Francine. Stanton, welcome to the show. And one thing I'm going to say before I give it to Stanton, look, guys, sometimes we come to remind you of our mortality. It's just to remind you that I want you to believe in the truth more than you believe a man, because we are infallible, but the truth would not change. And sometimes for our country, look, I've said this. Even yesterday when me and Stanton were talking about it, my people back home, there's not a single Liberian here in the diaspora that I've met that is not willing to look for 1,000, 2,000, even 5,000 to invest into something they and somebody can do business, provided they are not taken advantage of. So you too have a responsibility to stand up and be a man of yourself. And to be a man of yourself, there are certain sacrifices that you must make. And part of that sacrifice is commitment. Commitment is character as well. Now, I know there are times that Dr. Francis sends some money home and you eat it free, nothing can come from inside. But let me tell you, there is something of a higher value that comes from inside that you're not aware of. Look, when you take somebody money and they put money that is hard earned in the country, we can solve our money. Let me lie to you.
That's true.
See, we are from America, we cheap. We're not cheap because to earn the money here is extremely difficult. In Liberia, I can be a deputy minister, I can be a minister, and I take home $1,000 every day. That I'm a paycheck, that I'm not chopping. This is not money I've earned. And human beings have the behavior when you don't earn the money in a special way, in the way it's supposed to be earned. There is a tendency to spend that money in a ridiculous way. We all are guilty of this. But if you truly earn that money, the money has a better weight to it. It have a higher degree of respect to it. So you got to take the money, hold the money tightly, and say, "Oh, Dr. Fenty, the 5,000 you send me, we expanded it to 7,000. We're making progress, and we expanded to that. Dr. Fenty will find a way to send more because I was actually eating inside too."
Correct.
And part of that thing is the frequency that I go home, you're less likely to get eaten. And so most of the time, we don't have time to go home with that kind of frequency.
Yeah.
Even though I can be lying sometimes, I can tell my boss I'm working. I ain't like real, but a different story is Stanton. I tell my computer. So we do all of those, but at the end of the day, man, we have to develop this country.
Yes, yes.
I mean, you stay on that team. Let me recognize some of our people saying you stay in your comfort zone. I see Comfort Dolo, Salifu Soar, Miata Malik. How you doing, Miata? Martin Brown, Mr. Brown. I see Momo T. Johnson, my own brother, Momo Johnson. Momo, I missed a call today, man. I was in a meeting when you were calling. Over here, I see Ryan Change, Kamara, Mr. Kamara, Rubin Cabot. My girl, Purdy Campbell, Purdy Pearl. What's going on, mama? Everything out in Atlanta. I see my own sister, Siata Timber, out of Providence, Rhode Island, the island of Rhode. How are you doing? I see Wilfred T. Dubber. Dubber is following from Liberia. I see Evangeline Mamita. Is that Mami? Evangeline Mamita? Yeah, that's my own sister. How are you? What's going on with you? I see William Hines, Mr. Hines. Florence Kingsley, my own mother, out of Staten Island, New York. What's going on with you? I see John Williams, Mr. William. How are you doing, sir? Melvin Davis, Abraham Gotolo. How are you doing, sir? Say Dogan. How are you doing? Alberto Stay Farm. Martha Joki, Patrick White, Mr. White. How are you doing? My own sister, Stem Bongay. Shamo. Matthew D. Fiwe. Stanton, can you mute a little bit? There's a little bit of feedback. Aloysius Tented. I see over here Sekou Talata Mohammed Sharif. Mr. Sharif, how are you doing, sir? I see Nitel Lenke. She's watching out of Delaware. Kumbe Joanna Sa, how are you doing? The phone so God. I see Yata Sumo, Madam Sumo, Joseph Lasana, Dukwe Sampson, Charles Barkley, Mr. Barkley. I see Ruth K. Balen, Madam Balen, how are you doing? Matthew Silla Do, my own brother, my CDC champion. What's going on with you, my brother? All things Africa, how are you doing? So David Morba, Mr. Morba, Elijah Conto, Justin Grovogo, how are you doing? Kuma, Joanna Sa, I think I said him already. Over here, I got Norman Dennis, Didesco Gue, Touchman A. Sharif, Mr. Sherry Cole, Gloria Voga Morba. How are you doing? Everybody, man, from across the globe, you'll share the show. It is about Liberia. We will give you the truth, and hopefully, you can search the truth and make Liberia better too, with all of us.
Yeah, Eduardo, thank you very much. Dr. Richardson, how you doing? Yeah, it's good to be back. Very tired, though. Can I be excused tonight, please?
No. Everybody's tired. It's Friday.
Yeah, I don't know because of the weather. I don't know because of the hurricane from Florida. You know, Eduardo, are you guys experiencing anything? You are muted.
We got a little dingy weather. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's that perfect weather that I can be looking for. It's not too cold, not too hot. You know, it's Massachusetts. It's snow a whole lot up here. So, but this is the kind of weather for me. It's a little cold. I think it's around 63 right now. So it's almost like perfect weather. It's not, it's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. It's raining over here, but we here. And again, I want to welcome every one of you. Dr. Richardson, I believe it's raining at your end.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's kind of wet, but
Yeah.
man, I just kind of like want to watch some Netflix and go in and just chill, swallow some fufu and pepper soup. You know how it is.
Yeah.
On
You
this
got a wife?
beautiful-
You got a wife?
Yeah, he does.
Hey, Tata Brazil. That's when I sent you the mail for. You got a wife, right?
Yes, sir.
So you see, we don't think. We just think about fufu here, Pierre.
Yeah.
Go get us
No,
the
no,
go
no. No. What happened with your internet is skipping?
that lot.
No, seriously. Am I the only person? Nelson, are you?
My internet seems fine because I'm watching it here on two screens.
Yeah. I'm not. It's not skipping.
Yeah, that cricket internet you get into now beginning, you know.
No. I have Comcast.
They
But
buy that.
again, let me say this to you, Duado. I believe that I love to cook it myself, not my
Yeah?
wife. I want to cook
The
my
fufu?
own. Yeah.
The web does it better. I mean,
I understand. I give her credit, but certain things I like to do myself. I'm not a guy that would sit there and say, "Oh, cook for me. Can I have this?" No. Everybody have the time in the season. When she feel like cooking, she cook. When I feel like cooking, I cook. Because usually only she and I eat the food in the house.
the kids,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. So there is no. But guys, we want to say thank you, Mr. Dualu. Welcome every one of you again. Fatu Richardson. What do you mean no to the CEO? What have I done to this woman? What you mean no to the CEO? That Richardson, you know her?
No,
It's
that's
regarding excuse. You said you want to be excused for today.
Oh, I want to be okay. So Fatu saying no. All right, so yeah, I really want you. Thank you for saying no. I hope you can excuse me for tonight. I am kind of too quiet but happy, and I want to celebrate some happiness. So I beg to be excused from the show tonight, but I can promise you guys we'll be back tomorrow with the guy that running for the council seat in Minnesota, Pastor Goba.
yeah.
Will be on the show. The Minnesota people again, they want to be represented. They will be on the show. Pastor Goba will be here tomorrow. We'll be talking about Liberia representation on the council. And in Minnesota, he in Brooklyn Park, by the way. So I want to encourage all of you, please come and be part of the show. Again, if I have only 10 or Dwalu, I say I want to go, then you left Dwalu. You see this guy, he got problem though. If I can have only 10 people saying yes, I should go, I should leave the show today, I will. Just to give me the day off.
Yeah, but I said no because
I am coming to you to ask you. Okay, I just can take you. You represent the network for you. So you are the boss, right? I have to open it, ask for an excuse.
no.
I asked Madam Titi, the CEO, she said no. I asked a couple of the panelists, they said no. What you say should I, me, Stanton, Opa, should I be off today? Me. And, just give me today off. Just today. And if I get about 10 years, also Nelson, we'll be going to the phone line. Let me see if some people really care about me. I guarantee you, if you give me the day off today, I will go cook nice fufu soup, make the fufu so hot, and I will cook nice fufu soup, sorry, and watch Netflix and just chill. I just asking you. I know I got a lot of story about the UNG and feeling today. I got a lot of story again about Liberia, the politician and what they're doing, the small money they're stealing. I got all of that. I got a lot of things I want to say about everything plus more. But I come to you begging, don't pay me. Take him in the day off. This is a free thing now. So I'm begging you, if you love my sanity, you're going to have Mame, you're going to have Dwalu, you're going to have Dr. Richardson, you're going to have Paul Kennedy, Uncle Sam Jackson, Asa Doe, Fatima, and Sis Glendy. You're going to have everybody coming on the show. But I'm asking you. So we'll take 10 calls. If the 10 say yes, I will be happy to leave and have this Friday as my Good Friday. Because what the Lord has done for me, I cannot tell it all. What the Lord has done for me. I cannot tell it all. What the Lord has done for me. I cannot tell it all. He saved me and washed my sin away. I'm going to leave you with this. Now I can sing. Hallelujah. Now I can sing. Hallelujah.
Dio.
Now I can
Dio.
sing. Praise the Lord. Now I can sing. Hallelujah.
Oh,
Now
no.
I can sing. Hallelujah. Now I can sing. Praise the Lord. So we're going to take 10 calls just from Liberia because I don't trust the people in America yet. They will tell me no. Just from Liberia. Let's see. I got some good people in Liberia. Now, so 10 calls real quick. I don't trust the people that are online. They're already saying no. I don't believe them. Do I be telling them to say no already? I just want we that here in Liberia. We that in Liberia. 10 calls, please. I need only 6 people to say yes. The majority carry the rule. Let me go. But if I go now, let's see. I'll be going with the juicy news though.
Oh. But you already gave people a reason to say no. More reasons.
If you say yes and I leave tonight, then the adorations will have to teach a class. Then Dwadu will come for massive day.
She's on site.
Dwadu is not shoot on site. Dwadu is a dissolve the
You know,
whole.
I see Conor Gray for a long time now.
Oh, you left the holiday. Conor Gray came on a few days ago. Yeah.
Yo, William, I can sing by Stanton. You know that I can sing by him.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Now some 10 calls real quick. Let's make this thing so unique. Please give me the day off. I respect you. Give me the day off, folks. Please, 10 calls.
I guess you mind?
So 05551010075. The number to call. Let me take the first person here. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Hello. I'm Ivan Johnson from.
Ivan Johnson. What's your take?
No to the CEO. CEO stable.
Oh, okay. I first know that. Hello.
Oh,
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
Elizabeth Johnson from
Yeah, Elizabeth Johnson. Let's hear you.
SEO go rest for tonight.
Okay, one yes, one no. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from? Quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Brian Sherry for Gary House.
From Gary House?
For Gary Warehouse.
Oh, Gary Warehouse. Okay, so what's your take? Yes or no?
No, set out to stay.
Okay. Hello, your name and where you call from?
My name is from County.
Okay, from Bon County. What's your take?
That is your still. Let you something.
Okay. 3 no, 1 yes. Hello. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Finesha from Johnsonville.
From Johnsonville. What's your take?
Capital N-O.
Okay. That's what? 4 no, 1 yes. Hello.
Hello, that is your stay.
Okay. 6 no, 1 yes. Hello.
I mean, 5 no. What you doing? So you get kind. 5 no.
Okay. What's your take? Okay. That's 7 no now.
So we increase it with the 20 calls. Go ahead with the 20.
Hello.
Hello?
Your name and where you come from?
My name is Samson Newland.
Okay. What's your take? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So the no by plenty. Hello.
Yeah.
Your name and where you come from? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you call from?
My from Oro.
From Oro. Yes or no?
Me, my wife, my 5 children say no to few.
Oh no, but not 20. Let's say and 7 people out.
Yeah.
Somebody go with the whole village, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me
All I know we're done. The man he was with 5 children. Election is over.
It's a war.
But folks, on a serious note, we want to say thank you. You know, we come here, we have fun. Because of you, we are here. Wherever you call it from, Grand Bass, you call it from, you know, Cape Mar, Nimba County, Lofa County, Grand Crew, Riverside, Maryland, Grand Jide, or Buffalo County. You call it from Bon County, or McGibby, Montserrat, Bumming, and all over River G, Riverside, and all the river. Listen, we are all one. Share the show. I'm troubled today, but I am grateful. Duadu, I am troubled, but I am grateful. I am grateful because we still got time to correct these things.
Yeah.
Delegation say, I am so grateful because we are in the first year of Jose Yima Bwaka term. 9 months. But then I am troubled to see that sedition, not thinking about how they lost the election, but they're talking about celebrating George Manawia's birthday. They are not thinking about, listen, guys. And that's what will make the show so interesting. Because for me, I'm balanced. I'm independent. Independent. Not for CDC, not for Unity Party, but my love for Joseph Yima Bwaka remains supreme, except wherein, and you know, it come to a place that Joseph Yima Bwaka let us down. But I'm troubled. So on our conversation tonight, must Jowia have a birthday party? Must Jowia have a birthday party, the former president? And sedition going to get into the little feelings. That's okay. That's okay. You know, I beat on Unity Party, and I beat on this government, and I beat on CDC, and I laugh with Mr. Cummings that I had a dream about Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings, we were eating yogurt gari, you know, and we're having fun. But that's okay. But I'm troubled with everything that is happening in our country, with everything that people talking about, that the reason why they went after CDC and they beat CDC because of the same making music, the same partisan, the same pledge, with no ideas, with no critical thinking, no message of transformation and change. They come back have been turned to a setback. But I'm seeing some of our friends say it's okay, we were hard party for Jowia. Hey, man. I mean, no. Seriously, folks. Seriously. 58 years old. God bless Jowia. But must you have a birthday party through these difficult times that they're removing you from the party headquarters? What are you trying to prove? You lost your chairman just after the election, Mobile Malu. What are you trying to prove? They put your folks on sanction. What are you trying to prove? NCC chasing after your former ministers and directors. What are you trying to prove? Portion of your party, they are disenchanted. You have not even gone to say thank you to those that voted for you and those that didn't vote for you. You have not done anything. When you go right back to the fry pan and say, it must be me. You can't have party for me. Hey, man. Don't do that Rachel saying. When with former President George Manawiya and his many advisors learned that this is a new day in Liberia.
No.
Don't send to me, man. No, Duadu. What are they forgetting? Why so soon? I want you to come up with a comprehensive plan as to what this government is doing and speak to those things. And tell Liberia that you're a changed person. Tell Liberians that, yes, we are coming back and this is our message. When you ask them who you coming back with, they say we're coming back with Jefferson Koji, Secretary General. Hey, man. Did you see the list? Who you coming by with? We coming by Wisa or Wisa? Hey, man. But who person we are coming by with? He came by Finabono. He came by with Calasco. Oh, but you wait and see. We coming back. So Liberia has turned to be an elephant meat that they can kick you out and you come back with no substance. Oh yeah. You know what? It's going to be so interesting today because of everything we have. And I think I will rest on this and I will welcome the guy. That's why I say, you're pretty allowed to go. I'm begging you. Let me just go in peace today. Because where I am right now, anything was chakra. So I beg you, let me just leave the show tonight for the sake of my happiness. My happiness.
Senator, welcome to the show. Personally, I believe celebrating President Weah's birthday, it shouldn't be a big deal. I don't care too about it. He's a private citizen. If they want to celebrate his birthday, but so be it. But here's the thing that most people don't understand about seditions and President Weah. I know I am not joking. I'm serious. Don't want it to be a joke. These people, they truly deify President Weah. It's like a come to Jesus moment when you see seditions going to worship President Weah. Look, Stanton, ask this question before I give it to Dr. Brooklyn. Do you think 90% of those boys?
And you just say you don't care. Then now you try to counter as to why they doing it and everything.
No, I don't care so much about it because he's a private citizen. They can celebrate him all they want, but they are doing that in the Liberian parlance. Most of these guys, their eating pay is actually in Joe Weah's house. Absent Joe Weah present. Do you really believe that person that having we said, well, all you told are just nonsense, think about it. When this guy, Fina Bono was selling Kobo, where in River G, they get more houses in Liberia than a typical person. So they have to deify this man. Look, if you have a god, if you printed President Weah as a god, citizens will worship him. So they will celebrate him no matter what. It is what it is.
Listen, before Dr. Richard saying, I know we're going to do our Tabata talking before we go to the main conversation, folks. Again, share the show. We got a lot coming on. The president will be coming back to Liberia. The mission in America should be done. Some folks, this is big also. Some folks took the DSA and they never came on the trip. We got a name, we got the amount, we got to ask them, how can you take the money to travel and you never came? I mean, what's going on? So I'm here to talk today. I will just talk. Say you don't want me to go, I will just talk. I will put everything outside. I will make all of your vet. You know, you take the money, then you don't come, then you eat the money. We're talking about a lot of money. So I will just talk, and both sides will beat on them. Then the day you want to run behind me, when I see me, I will be ready sitting down. You know, but what's the message from Joe Weah, Dr. Richard say? And you know what? Maybe he will not even attend the birthday party, so why do you right? Maybe he will not even attend his own birthday party October 1st. But no Liberians in the right mind. Who in CDC got balls? Who got balls in CDC to look at President Weah and say, my man, don't do this thing. Dr. Bobler or Dr. Richardson. But no Dr. Richardson, you may add Dr. Bobler because we say got balls. Dr. Bobler.
Man, you got sanitize your diction tonight, man.
Remy, I'm sorry.
Sanitize your diction. He didn't want at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Remy, yeah, man. I tell you, let me go and put that mistake. But what will CDC can tell the president, Dr. Bobler, that this is the wrong time. The former president, that this time is wrong. You did it for 6 years. You dance buka. You did it for 6 years. You dance a zombie walk. You make music. And you're not going back to the drawing board. Where is Eugene Nangbe? Where is Dean Maxwell Kamea? Where is Nathaniel McGill? Where is Samuel Twe? Where is Janga Cole, the party acting chairman? Let's just go down the line and name them. Where's Kui? Kui, where's his name? Chokon Kui. I mean, no, seriously.
CEO,
Yeah, talk to me, Dr. Boblet.
CEO, I feel your energy, but the former president is a private citizen now. And a private citizen, he can do what he wants. And then if those who want to hang out with their former president, with their stand-up bearer, their party leader, their political leader, they can hang with him. That's fine. Look, we got too many real stuff to deal with. Let the president do his thing.
Well, this is not the problem. This is the biggest opposition party for now in the country.
Yeah, but
This
people
is
would
a
judge.
opposition
People
party.
would listen. Yeah, but listen. People will judge us by our actions. So let him do his thing, and the Liberian people will judge by action. That's
Yes.
all.
So, my spin on this is we are entitled to celebrate our birthdays. I mean, that's something that we can do. It comes once a year. But like you said, Dr. Brobler, people will judge us by our actions. This man is supposedly the leader of the biggest political party or fraction in the country. You should be thinking about the problems that you have now. You have a lawsuit going on at your compound. Liberians, there's a lot of austerity measures that we need to take because of the different missteps that we have in the current government that's happening right now. You need to be setting examples. You failed in your previous actions as a president. So now to come out and be saying, I want to celebrate my 58th birthday in a grand style. Most people whose charitable thinking, like especially as we get at this older age, maybe I want to make a donation to the needy. Maybe I want to go and volunteer my time teaching a course or something.
That's too complicated for them.
Yeah, so that's how you want to contribute to the country, but letting people come and you make flyers, and I'm sure you're sure the flyer, you're making a big deal. You got committee to organize your party. All of those things just unproductive use of the human time.
Well, that's what the man knows, though, Dr. Feinstein. That's all he knows. President is a jolly individual.
I just want to add one quick footnote what Dr. Richardson said. Interesting point you make. I had a friend who lives in Maryland, USA, and I said, hey, man, we got this nonprofit in Liberia. We're helping children. We do a lot of after-school enrichment programs. And then I said to him, hey, I'm leaving Liberia, coming to America. Can I bring you something? And he said something very profound. We speak to what you're saying. He said, at this age in my life, I don't want to add on things. I want to give things. And then he wrote a check for $4,500 for the children here in my. People will judge us by our action. He said, I don't want to add things on. I want to give things.
Yeah. So if your birthday celebration involves people celebrating you as a person, just because you were a former president or you played football, that says something about you as a person, that I'm going to feed into your narcissistic behavior, for lack of a better term, like the behavior I wanted to be recognized, that I got this godlike personality, What does that say about you as a person?
That's right. Yes, and I'll make a correction, guys. It is true. I would take that back. President Weah is not entirely a private citizen. And Wolo D, I believe you're right. He's not entirely a private citizen. I get it, but he's freer now compared to before. That's the point I was trying to make. But I agree with you. He's not entirely a private person.
Listen, you guys will agree with everything I say here because when we go back, we check this thing that Bople, my brother, Dwalu, Dr. Richardson, this is an embarrassment to a party that planning to come back. With all the advisors around the former president, those people that say we're coming back to have this big Wahala party, it's an embarrassment. You had a party for 6 years. The people kick you out. You're in much more serious problem. What's the way forward? The former president went James Bukai again. I mean, you all for it.
Well, it's time to make music, Stanton. You can make more music now.
No, it's time to re-strategize. It's time to think better. What did I do wrong that they kicked me out of office? How can I come back to empower and be part of the discussion and help fix the country? You're going to have party at the age of 58. 59, you have another party. You make more music. You go around and just celebrate and do one or two. No. What's the impact on the human life? I know he get his reaction. I know he get his diehard sedition. But as a country and a fellow Liberian, I think the folks around the president should speak some truth to the president and tell the president, I don't think it's time for this. The youth wing can say, let's have gathering for the president, but I don't think it's time for this. We are looking at the prices of goods and prices of commodities is going high. How can we address it and explain to the Liberian people when we were there, this is what we did? And let the Liberian people judge us by our past performance to this current government performance. Do you know that? You complain that the government fire most sedition. What are you doing for those sedition that this government fire? You going to have party?
But you never have plan for them when you were in power to begin with.
Well, that's my issue. So it make them unserious. Brother, it make them unserious. It means that you get nothing to come back on. You have nothing to come back on. You bring us the same nonsense that took you out of power.
Stanton. President Weah did not want to become president to begin with. He behaved like that for the entirety of his tenure of 6 years. He did not want to become president, nor did he exhibit the characteristics of a leader. He didn't want to be. Now he's out of power. Look, there was something like people had to get out of their body. This Weah coming to power, it had to have gotten out of the nerves of our people. They've understood who this man is. This man, I've said this a million times. President Weah is not fit to become a village dog catcher, and we made him the president of the Republic of Liberia. You think about that, how dangerous that was. This man said that whole day was dancing buka, don't care about nothing. He has no original idea of his own thought. They make it barely read. We took the entire country. We give it to this man. He never cared a day in his life. What do you think he's going to do? And there will be some people stay in the country believe this man can come to power.
I don't know. I don't, seriously. And you got people sitting out there and say, hey, but in the back, they tell you that they don't want him. I can name you most of the leaders that will go and stand with Joe Manuel. We have Dr. Boplet. But in the back, they don't want him to come back. They are praying that he shouldn't come back because he will be defeated again. As worse as Joseph Yima Bwaka would do, they will still reject George Banawea. Yima Bwaka say, I will do the worst. I mean, to tell you the truth, make no mistake, Dr. Boplet, I do not think we that are on this show, people listening to us in Liberia, we come to a place that is the right decision for former President George Mane Bakube Oponwia to have a birthday party. He can, he should, that his business, but it showed the juvenile nature of the folks around him and the, adult juvenile. That's a problem, man. I mean, it's bad. I'm very serious with this one. There will be no way. Let's talk about some good stuff. Let's talk about the everyday issue, the bread and butter issue. You mess it up. How are you coming back to fix it? Tell me. Don't come back and present party and flyer and say, muya, muya, segwe, CDC, segwe. Oh, come on, guys. That meditation man. So, individual, professional individual. But listen. We have to transform our country. CDC or Unity Party, we got to try and transform the party. But talk to me, Dr. Boplet, talk to me, please.
So, again, I feel your energy, but I don't want to hear you. The man got a right to celebrate every day if he want to, every year he want to. That he can do it. Nothing wrong with that. What I will say is this. George Weah got more votes than any other Liberian president. I wish he can take that and transform it into goodwill and do a lot of good things. Now that he is not the president, he could lead a bunch of young people, do charitable work, do good thing, have impact, and be about making other people better. That would be my hope for the former president. But celebrating his birthday, hey man, he got the money, he got the inclination. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. We end with you on the Jovial saga. I disagree with my Reverend Pastor. I disagree. He want to be religious, but understand his position. I would disagree with you strongly today. The Liberian people deserve better in the tomb. And the words of Mr. Alexander Cummings, there will be no way a man that's serious that want to come back to power should start having celebration after 9 months when he leave power, when they beat him. You come to celebrate what? Go back and tell the people thank you. Go back and tell the people how they can put the kids in school. Use the resources you have now and open more factories and businesses and employ more people as a former president. Do something instrumental. Do something fundamental that people can come together and say, yes, we miss John Manor. We are not every day you go to the party headquarters, then you get people dancing munya munya every day. Hail the king, hail the king. Liberia has transformed. Liberia have changed. Do your birthday at Jamaica Resort, close the door. You're going to do what? You know how many people are going to bed hungry, seditions, with no food, with nothing? You're going to get people $10 to come to party headquarters? Because they can't celebrate for. Let's say y'all did that thing for 6 years, it didn't work. I thought John Mayer has transformed, Dr. Richardson. I thought the former president know better by now. And seriously, I was having an argument with Eduardo in the back, but it seemed to be that he's still there is no vision about moving forward. And the good Bible says, and that the Bible, you know that where there is no vision, the people perish. Talk to me, Dr. Richardson, please. Let him understand.
I think you are making a good point. Even though we know that he's a citizen of Liberia and he has the right to celebrate his birthday however way he wants to do it. But on the other hand, he's also was in leadership position. A lot of people look up to him, so he's obligated to be able to impact the mindsets of Liberia. We can't just be jolly all the time. And I think we have the tendency to want to do that, like to just live free as opposed to live with some kind of determinism or some kind of vision for ourselves. And so we see if he presents that behavior to his followers, like, oh, we just can party every year, just live free and carefree, nothing wrong with that. But the place where our country is right now, in order for us to move forward, to be on par with the rest of the world, you have to be able to now look towards more seriousness, more planning, more self-awareness, more vision-oriented, more capacity to think about other people than just having a party or giving somebody $10 for a bag of rice to vote for you, or giving somebody $10 to come to your Jamaica resort, or either to the party headquarters to celebrate your birthday with you. Think about, maybe I can do some charitable work as I discussed here, go into the school, teach, make a donation to a group of people, model those young kids. Okay, it's not about just partying and good time, making music, dancing all the time. It's not about that. Life is not about having a good time all the time. There has to come a time where you have to play the professional leadership role for the young people, and that's what I wanted to add.
Thank you very much. What do you want to end on this thing? We got to go and talk about what is at hand. Duadu, listen to me. Joe, we have spent 49 days all over the country. Duadu, guess what happened? He didn't bring back anything. Joe, after the inauguration, he checked out, he ran for 100 days. He had fun. It didn't bring back anything. Joe, abandoned his own people for 6 years. He had no contract with the party headquarters, and they're kicking them out of the party headquarters. It didn't bother Joe. He said, my son name should be on this party headquarters. That's the only way I can buy it. The people say, hail the king. We welcome that. The party official said, no, you have, what's his name? Akaris Gray. They fought against Jowiah on that decision. They won. Jowiah's son name is now on the party headquarters. These are time in our country, the country looking for a leader. You got to put pen on paper, Duadu.
Pen on paper, President Weah. You all read. Look, citizens are infested with the Stockholm syndrome. There's not much you can do there. Like Frederick Douglass would say, it is easier to build a boy into a respectable man than to face a broken man. President Weah is already growing set in his ways. He's not going to. The man want to drink a Hennessy XO, do a buka and do a kush and womanize. All President Weah focused on. We took an entire country, and we give it to this caliber of man to govern us. 5 million people. Look, you will still have people here that are living in squatters. And they literally believe that they will come by. Yeah, generally ball. The boss so they conjure money, your general because I don't want to see they conjure money. Well, we are digressing as a society. You call that jealousy. I will probably you won't better I won't eat it. I won't tell you say, oh, you're hungry because you're ready, probably you won't eat this. Look at the logic. I'm saying welcome to the show.
I want to say again, folks, share the show, man. It's going to be crazy today. I asked you guys to leave. You say I must stay. So I'm going to be Stanton. I told you guys that, listen, we'll be at the 2029. We go anywhere. I'm going to be Stanton. We'll chase all the opposition. People are trying to disrupt our country. People are trying to lie and play game. Folks that think that it's okay for them to jump around and just do calope on massive corruption in the country, whether in government or outside of government. We'll expose you. I will. I have enough information and more is to come that I will share with the Liberian people in every sector. In position, opposition, no position. To tell you the truth. Ask Abula Mame, how many information we got? We stopped sharing with Fadiga because we don't trust Fadiga anymore. We stopped sharing with him because we don't trust him anymore. He lived in Amin without her, so we cannot share any information on Fadiga.
Jeff Stanton, you got to tell them what you had. Yeah.
And I see about it, you be laughing when you finish with it.
But listen. I don't have anything to hide. That's me. Fatiga used to be in our exclusive chat room.
Oh, your guy exclusive chat room. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You guys are part of it. I had to keep Fatiga up because we don't trust him. Fatiga. Huh?
It's on the dark web.
Yeah.
Marginalizing women again.
Uncle Sam P. Jackson, LSC. Welcome to the show, Uncle Sam. How you doing?
Man, I overslept, man. I just woke up. I was just laying on the couch and I fell asleep, man.
Thank God you overslept. What
I'm sorry.
Thank God I call you, Uncle Sam. You don't have to be sorry. The people welcome you, Uncle Sam. It's good to have you. Uncle Sam, we are trouble. We know Joel that you're cousin, but you distance yourself from CDC most recently, which was like maybe 9 days
I never distanced myself from
Uncle Sam, let me finish. Uncle Sam, I say you distance yourself from CDC. I didn't say from Joel because we get that clip. You did. You distance yourself from CDC.
I never distanced myself from CDC. The
Uncle Sam, let me finish.
Part of the coalition.
Uncle Sam, the NPP left. The NPP left.
Yeah, but not all left. Some left and some stayed.
No. The NPP. And you don't know which part of the NPP you find yourself in because you're conflicted, like you said on the show.
I'm not conflicted with the NPP. I'm conflicted with with that story. I told you that.
So, but at the end of the day, Uncle Sam, your cousin turning 58, right? Served the nation one term and the people rejected him. His name is George Mane Bagugbe Fokiklong Dato Oponwia. And the people rejected him. Uncle Sam, you got some emotion in you. Well educated, Uncle Sam. Been there since Joseph Jingirawa time. And you stay kicking. What's your advice? Is it necessary right now to have a birthday celebration? To call everybody and say, that my birthday, you bring my birthday cake, happy birthday to Joey, happy birthday. You think it's now? I mean, what's happening? What's happening with your cousin and what's happening with the party? Where there is no vision. What's happening? What's new? Can we get out of this man? What's new? Can the people that champion him, the reaction, the sedition? What's the owner share of this pie, Uncle Sam? You talk to me. You in South Africa. I said don't run away from Liberia. After the election, nowhere to where he's sitting in Minnesota, working at Bank of America, making money. He can come on Spoon Talk and talk tabata because he's not begging Joe for bread anymore. But you got people that's suffering in the country. Uncle Sam, you went and negotiated with Samuel to go back to Liberia. You went to South Africa, you met Samuel, you negotiated with him, he went back. No, let me finish. Let me finish, Uncle Sam. And he went back to Liberia. You won the prize, Uncle Sam. Tell the Liberian people how pathetic this is. That Joe, we are in everything to go and tell the people thank you. That this is the new vision, this is the new way. But you say, oh, you can celebrate my birthday. Hey, man, Uncle Sam. Adult juvenile. Adult juvenile. Talk to me.
So Stanton is living in an imaginary world where he believes I came and talked with Samuel in South Africa. Samuel was not in South Africa, he was in La Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, so let's just get that clear. Look.
You finish confirming my point that you knew where he was, but talk to me.
Okay, so great. The country where you sit now in, there's a man called Donald Trump, where they both worshiping him. He said he grabbed woman Nunu, he's a pedophile, he did all the nasty thing. Okay, January 6th, the people still worshiping him and the race is closed in America. That brother, you won't put your mouth on because they both worshiping Joe, yeah? It's called hero worship. It's called deification. It's called putting people on a pedestal. Some people do that. They did that to Adolf Hitler. They did that to Mussolini. They did that to Charles Taylor. They did that to, and they do that to Joe, yeah. I mean, I don't hero worship him. I never sat with him before to eat or anything like that. We have a good distant relationship, but there are some people who deify George Weah. That is the political economy where you live in. Your country, where you sitting down, where you get blue passport, the people that are worshiping Donald Trump. Where you tell about that people, what electricity is so high, they will worship George Weah. So that ain't there.
So thank you very much for confirming that you knew the whereabouts of 712. You've been speaking to him, but now, let's do it one at a time now. And thank God you're awake. We see that you're awake. Thank God. You know, we were calling you. We thought something else happened to you, but thank God you're awake. I want to say to all Liberians, please share the show. Every day they teaching the name. To all Liberians, please share the show. What we are seeing today, on the massive suffering that West sedition is going to run. And maybe Joel will not even be at that party. The information reaching to me, Joel is traveling. He will not even be at his own party. Imagine the messenger had birthday party for me, but I would not be there. He going to Italy. He going to meet the prime minister. He going to meet the president. He going to also in the region to talk about global peace and initiative. Come on, 6 years you didn't do it. You do it now in one day. Let us leave Joe.
Pigeon in Italy.
Yeah, the man was catching pigeon. And Nelson, do you have that pigeon video? The man was catching pigeon.
Yeah.
But something else is troubling. Yeke Koluba say you want to talk. I'm scared for Yeke to come talk. Yeke say, Yeke, if you want to come on, I can send the link, you come on, but you will not call on my phone. You say you myself not talking. So they show that the Liberian people show if you want to come on, you can come on. But I will not call you on my phone because you know why? You say you myself not talking. So we're not talking. I John Chemnet for you. Let's come to something, folks. We finish with the Joel issue, right? Anybody got something to say on it?
Well, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you say the seditions when you criticize your former president for anything? They tell you say you can live with a man. You and the man are equal. You can live, you can eat a man cross. How do you respond to that?
If they're talking to me?
Yeah.
No, they would never say that to me.
They say that all the time. But
I agree if they say that you can live with Joe, yeah, it's okay, man. I'll just ignore them because it means that they are limited. Yeah, they are limited. They are limited.
Okay.
If they come and say, So, but let me say this though. Uncle Sam, Dr. Richard said, Mr. Dwadu, Dr. Bumplay. We're about to start the show officially. Everything we say when we start the show, yeah. You know, it's just 9:13, 9:14 in Liberia. We're about to get into the program now. But I saw something today and yesterday that most of the folks that were traveling with President Bouaka, they only came because of the DSA. A lot of money. If you have to travel 2-3 times a month to Aru, and you have to collect between $3,000 to $6,000, add that to your salary. But here's the issue. Folks, listen and listen well. Here's the issue. Some people's name were on that document to come with the president. They never came by the aid of DSA. Is that a corruption? Is that corruption though? Let me ask you a straight question. I know that some people already came on their own here to America for different program. But the name was on the official executive mansion list. So therefore they received the DSA. Is that corruption though, Dr. Richardson?
So let me get more clarification. Did they come for a different program and got a different set of DSA, or did you just come privately? And
I will say this again, Dr. Richardson, and I hope my fellow Liberians, because we'll be sharing the document with you.
Yes.
We will fight this to the end. The president have the executive mansion, not outside of the executive mansion. Those names that were traveling with the president, one of which is Sylvester Grisby. We received information that the president told Sylvester Grisby, said, don't come. But Sylvester Grisby ate his DSA and all the other fee attached to it, he ate it, he received it. Clear example, I don't know how you want me to explain it, but he never came.
So if we should go by the example where the person was expected to come to do a job for the president, and that's why they are giving this DSA because it's work required, okay? And they didn't show up. That means that they're corrupt. You know, you should either give the money back or don't use the money, especially given this time in Liberia. You know, we need every single penny.
So it's corruption. That's my point, because I want us to get into it gradually for people to understand. I know those folks that were taken off the list and those folks that came ahead to do their own medical. And you know, so the old people that came to do the physical. Like Uncle Sam in South Africa, he took blood, he did all his physical, and thank God he's well. They came on their own. Duaru, is this corruption though? A lot of people will come and collect that money. Some of them will stay home and they will not attend the program. They will not come, but they're collecting that money. Duaru, talk to us.
I think it's a form of embezzlement. Well, it would be a sub part of corruption, but I think it's more of embezzlement than corruption. But let me ask you a question though. I thought the DSA is paid after they return. Like anyway, they don't.
They'll give it to you before you leave. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
no. So let's establish something, right? And you say, I know Duado. Sometimes I can wonder, man. That's what thank God I don't do too much of book, and thank God just bless me differently. Because part of small investment, small part of corruption. I don't know if corruption is broken down into pieces.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know, this one can be so corrupt, but then one can be less corrupt.
Yeah.
It is corruption. It is stealing. It is investment. And you can add any other thing. That's a booklet. I have the list of everybody that came with the president, Dr. Booklet. But people that stay out, I will name them tonight. They receive the DSA. They receive everything before even they ate it. It's not the first time. We got the list. We got every name of people that were traveling with President Bouaka saying he took over on the 9 to 10 trips, and some of them left back, but they ate the DSA. Dr. Pablo, what's happening with this government and our people?
Look, we got a system problem, and it's a bad system, and you know. It's not just the president, but the people around the president have to help the president keep these things in check. If you know I'm not going on the trip, I'm already in the USA. don't put my name down for DSA. I also noticed on that list that they have per diem and DSA. Usually on this trip, you just combine it because they're supposed to do that. Usually, sustainability allowance, you just put it all together. But it had it separate. You get per diem, then you get DSA. And then you put names on there. People, may not even make it to the sites where the president will be. And then the trips are the delegation are too large. The president need to just cap these things. This is austerity time. We're struggling in this country, and just seem to be a disconnect between the people in these positions of power and the poor people that is supposed to be representing. We keep talking about it. I'm just waiting to see what the president would do. You ride in first class, even from here to Ghana. The minister in first class, I'm in economy class. As soon as the plane goes, it touches down. The difference between my ticket money and his money, who paid at two extra teachers in Bapolu to be in the elementary school. So we're messing with the people and taking advantage of them. And at some point, stop, and that point is now.
Thank you, Dr. Bopler. Thank you very much. Let me ask Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, what's scary about this? We are talking about the prime minister. We are talking about the chief of staff to the president. It's not his first time. We are talking about folks that just coming down the line. Huge, a lot of money too. Uncle Sam, talk to me.
So let me speak to my Liberian people. I'm not speaking to Stanton or Dark or the two dark or anyone. Look, anybody who stay in the government of Liberia, 50 years plus, on and off, 12 years as vice president. You think they make a reform? It's a reformer? You think they making change anything? 50 years in the rotten system, the rotten carcass of the democracy, not even called democracy, the political economy, very corrupt. Listen, the fact that Joseph Boakai has been part of this rotten system for 50 years, he will take 50 people to the UN. People will eat a TSA, some of them will not get visa, they will not go to eat the money, and nothing will happen. That's what we did. We said you're coming to rescue and put this man there. Nice man. Nice family man. Oh, Ever Baptist deacon, I respect him a lot. He's a nice family man. But he's part of the rotten carcass that I first met when I was director of price control, and he was part of the rights committee, and he didn't even open his mouth most of the time during the rights committee. I didn't see nothing that he wrote, but he's a nice man. Part of the rottenness in the Liberian system. There will be no change. Y'all will talk tired. Nothing will change. That's what I have to say to you.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. They call you the VRP, the Vendetta Ara Patrick. Welcome to the show. It's good seeing you, sir.
Stanton, real quick. There are a lot of questions about what is DSA. People want to know what is DSA. The Daily Sustainable Allowance. A lot of questions about that. Just want to say that real quick. The DSA, Daily Sustainable Allowance. When you go on the trip, they give you money, so you buy your food and those kind of things.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Vendetta Patrick, let's hear you on this issue about the people eating the DSA, eating all the plane ticket too. It's not only the DSA. They didn't buy the plane ticket, Waru. They took the plane ticket money too. And I'm about to show you the names of people that were assigned to come on this trip, but they didn't, but they ate the money. This is an embarrassment. I think LCC should investigate. Talk to me, Vendetta Patrick.
So, Mr. Stanton and the listening public, I don't have an issue with DSA. I'm concerned about the nature of the work they are going to do. That's my issue. Secondly, who are those that are being given DSA? Where do they work? What is the significance or their importance on a particular trip? The president is going to the United Nations. What were earlier preparations for people to be engaging with investors, doing SAR meetings, maybe meeting corporate entities, trying to convince international organizations to come to Liberia and invest? Look, Stanton, it's important to emphasize, if someone is giving a DSA of $2,000 to go to the United Nations, And that person was instrumental to attracting like maybe 2-3 investors to Liberia, or bringing an international organization to Liberia that is going to spend maybe $2 million or $3 million. Personally, I would say we don't have no regret spending 2,000 on somebody, and the dividend that we get is more than what we gave them. But again, this is something I don't want to go beyond this. If I know the individuals that went to the United Nations, or they have been traveling with the president and looking at the role they play in the Liberian government and the significance of their being on the trip, then I will make a clear position. But for now, I don't know these individuals, whether they were relevant or they are relevant on the trip.
No, but let me interrupt you for that. Stop. The people ate the money. They were assigned to go, they didn't go. You must know them first. You must know whether they were relevant. No. For that, stop playing that game. The question we are asking, Mr. Patrick, the question we are asking, Mr. Patrick, the question we are asking, Augustin supposed to come to America with the president. Augustin didn't. But yet and still, he received the benefit and all the money that should have given him chance to come to the country. He ate it, but he never showed up. He never came. Is that corruption?
What stance on that person should be made to restitute the money?
But then that's all I'm saying. But you say you don't know whether your person can perform.
The argument was whether DSA is necessary for some people.
No, it wasn't an argument. No, you are very smart guy. It wasn't an argument. You are one of the guys that can write in the United Nations. Listen, the American ambassador would tremble. It wasn't our argument, so we got to check you. Our argument, you met on the table and you listened very well for that. Sylvester Grisby, he was to come on the trip. He and others, but I will call only his name. The president said, don't come. He received the DSA. He ate the money. He ate all the money that was given to him for this trip to America. It's a corruption.
No, it's not just corruption. It's crafted criminality. And that person should be made to restitute. Hey, my position was, there has been this speculation, people go on the trip, they're not supposed to be there. So I was emphasizing on the significance of their being on the trip. But if you receive money, it's like you receive pay, you don't work. No monkey wear bamboo draw. Pay back the money. So if I am Mr. President, before I come, that money should be right at the Ministry of Finance. Write a check, send the money back. And I think we
agree you talk about restitution, but let me go to Dr. Richardson on the one, then everybody can just say what they want to say. Dr. Richardson, for the sake of God, again, if I talk about grace, people will say, oh, Stanton, since 1975, this man been in government. Don't you think you know that this is stealing? Knowing very well you didn't attend, but you eating the money?
If you've been in a good governance system, you should know that you cannot draw money for work that you did not do. I mean, your conscience should tell you, even if you weren't in a good governance system, your sense of thinking about other people should tell you that you are getting something for free if this is the case. So it's not only about paying restitution, yes, but that tells me about your mindset, the way that you think about the Liberian people, the way that you make decisions relating to things that don't belong to you. Your likelihood of taking things that don't belong to you is high. So I believe that this is corrupt. This is bad. This is horrible for the country. And this should be made to pay the money back or be made to resign, or just don't be involved in government. If this is, why would you come on a trip and collect money on a trip and you didn't even show up? You didn't even do any work. So I don't understand. This is baffling to me, honestly. In that sense, I think Dr. Brober said we need a whole change or overhaul in some of these systems. That's how I see it, because people have gotten away with these things for so long. So that's how I see it.
And you know what, God will take you, Dr. Richardson. People will say, oh, but Stanton, people saying, but it been happening a long time. That's what folks are saying. if they're happening. But does that make it right, Dwalu?
No.
I mean, what's the change? So now we're going to, after Dwalu speak, folks, or after this round, we're going to call the names of people that came on their own business. But you have the name on the document that they received DSA. People that came to America on their own personal stuff, right? But they met the president in New York and they collected the 7 days straight DSA. I mean, so you don't want us to talk about it after Dwalu, we'll go to the phone line. If you don't want me to talk about it, I will be quiet. I won't talk about it. But then what's the change?
Talk about it.
Dwalu.
We will not be doing the people a favor. I mean, doing our
Thank
job.
you. Thank you.
But let me say to Stanton, look, I hear when people say it's been this way for a long time. This is the most ridiculous thing I can hear from my entire population. First of all, why do we pay people in advance? If Mr. Dwalu wants to go with the president, but let me ask you a question another way. Why would the president take more than 10 people on any trip for that matter? Now, I know there are times where there are exceptions, and I get those exceptions, but more than 10 people for a small country such as ours is more than enough to take. And number two, look, if Vanilla wants to go on a trip with the president, Vanilla is working. If Vanilla is chosen, Vanilla can keep all his receipts. When he come back, he submit those receipts. They are verified by a government agency, and they reimburse Vanilla Patrick. Why are you paying in advance? It doesn't make sense to me, Stanton. Yeah. I can make exception for like the plane ticket. Maybe it's a lot of money, but Vanilla food, maybe the plane ticket and hotel. I can make those exceptions where an agency through the government pays for that, make the arrangement for the hotel because almost everybody will be staying in the same hotel. But like food, transportation, keep your receipt. Bring it by, the government reimburse you. Why would giving them all this money and the government doesn't have that kind of money, Stanton?
And thank you very much, Dwalu. Yeah. You have $103,074.96 was spent on this trip.
On the UNGA?
Yes, okay. The UNGA. 100 from the executive mansion. Now, we are not talking about the other ministry that took their people, just the executive mansion. Those that were paid from the executive mansion. 103,000. In Liberia, listen to this. $74.90. They had 10,000 for what they call gratuity. 10,000. Can somebody help us what gratuity is? Can somebody tell my fellow Liberian? Who you giving gratuity to? Why you put extra 10,000 on the money? Why? Internal transportation, 10,000. The people using their own car to go to the airport. Internal transportation, 10,000. No, but you know, folks, that's why you like spoon talk. We come and tell you what the people hiding from you. Gratuity, if you go eat somewhere, you tip. That tip, you get to people and say, thank you, the waitresses and everybody, you tip them. The people travel from their home to the airport. They put extra 10,000 out there for them.
So what, tipping them for coming to work for us?
You tipping somebody we don't know. The 10,000 are there. That's a booklet. What are you hearing? What are you seeing here? What I mean, what's this change that we're hearing for? I mean, what's going on here? That the booklet will come to Fidel Patrick. What's going on here? 10,000 for tip, 10,000 for internal transportation, and you're giving 103,000 United States dollars, bringing this amount of people just from the executive mansion alone. What's the waste? That the booklet?
So I think to help our audience and people understand, I think it's good to do a juxtaposition. Put Liberia next to another country, and then we'll understand it. So we go to the we carry big delegation. The wealthy country like Germany, the UK, they carry small delegation. The tips are reasonable, and yes, the DSA, you give it to people here. You can't wait until they get in New York, give it them here. And most times, it'll not be reimbursable. If you really want official aid to go on the trip, you are getting his money here. But when you do that, he or she is supposed to go first, be fully present, participate. If we are a poor country, and we are, you can't give $10,000 for tip. So here's why I'm noticing consistently there is a disconnect between those who are leading us and those who are, the majority of us. And I think that's because they are living in a place where they don't deal with the realities of ordinary people. You drive around town, Stanton, the people with cars, they get their siren, they go in the other lane. The police force have been reduced to an escort service. Rest of us, we just sit in the traffic all day, we wait. So when you put that against the congressman from Virginia who was stuck in the traffic after Washington, D.C. going home, he came back and said, we got to solve this problem. And they expanded the expressway. Our own people, we take the police car, we create escort, we go on the other lane. So until we get to this place for rude awakening to help our leaders understand that you're not feeling us, you're not feeling our pain, you're not understanding our daily struggle. These things will keep happening. And I will say this finally. Those are us who have been blessed with education, exposure, and experience. Let's help our country. We must stop rationalizing and justifying these bad habits. It will keep Liberia a poor and backwards country. Stop giving attention. Help the government see that you are not doing well by the people.
So before we go to Uncle Sam, this is another issue, Dwadu. There's a gentleman that was on the list, but he bought his own ticket. He paid his own hotel. He did everything out of his pocket. Somebody ate his money. That was issue.
But CEO, you are not there for talking through. Who is that person? You want to know?
No, I was told I will be keeping people's name before I get myself in trouble. You see, you trying to get me in trouble again. That was the Joseph ministry said, you start giving status news, but I look at us what I say, I already get your girlfriend on the story. So now you say start giving status news, I'll put her story outside. That's why you're keeping her brother over there at the Justice Ministry. So us what I gotta be quiet before I put his story outside. But notwithstanding, Uncle Sam, it is important for us to know that this behavior, I have all the document here. Sylvester Graceby. There's another gentleman. He was already in America. He came for medical. It got nothing to do with the trip. He joined the president. He ate on the DSA. Our dear friend, youth and sport minister, and I'm a man, so let me call his name. Jacob Bangalo. He was in Minnesota, where they have a Canada or school or training something for them to go for that program. You already here, honor his ministry, everything. He is on a DSA.
Was he double dipping?
No. I don't know what they call double dipping. Let me finish my one. I want Uncle Sam to cut me. I want a dear friend. You want me to call the name? I will, but let me hold some back. But it's bad. And every day I will promise the Liberian people, I will come in and say it. Every day. Once I hear it, I confirm the document, I will say, Uncle Sam, talk to us.
So, to all of us saying something about that people should use their own money. The brokers, where do we get money from? The brokers, even somebody that in America said they got credit cards because they finish putting their credit. Maybe somebody that 500, 400 FICO score. They go to Liberia to go hustle. Where do we get money from? They get Amex, they get Diners Club, they get any kind of good credit card in their pocket. They're brokers. They keep the hustle. So, no, stand up. President Barker was vice president for 12 years. That's how it is done. Look, you don't need no 50 people to go to no, excuse my language, no damn UN. I've been to that UN so many times. I worked at that UN there for 2 years. Okay? It is just a thing when the general UNG is going on. The whole New York City is on fire because it's an economic bonanza for the city. They're bringing all the people here. They're eating all the restaurants. They're having all the fun. All the call girls that will be busy. Everybody will be busy. Everybody will be having good time. And they go back to their country. So ask yourself, Liberian people, what on the UNGA agenda this year The Liberia can say, we came to the UNGA, this was on the agenda, and this is a global agenda that we're taking it back home. We will mobilize resources, and we will solve this problem of the SDG, either hunger, education, or something with the 17 SDGs. Yeah? But President Baga was talking about the 17 SDGs, somebody just put in a speech. You're not here. The whole 9 months, the president, you ever hear President Baga talk about SDG before? You're supposed to align the whole development agenda. But first of all, you didn't even have a development agenda. The arrest agenda is a manifesto for the campaign. You're just developing a so, but I'm going too far off the thing. But the thing is, this is business as usual. This is Ellen 2.0. This is Charles Taylor 2.0. This is Sandra Doe 2.0. This is it. This is the Liberia that we inherited. There is no change that can come until the change has to come from somebody who has never been involved in the system before. I can't go there and change because my tentacles are all tied to people within the system, you know, and I will not be able to take drastic decisions against my friends and family. That's why I take myself out of the equation. I don't want to be a part of government. I want to see change, and it's not coming. Instead of your brother's government of power, including you, Mr. Dr. Brobley. But so 9 months now, you're all of a sudden become critics of the government that you brought to power, including you, Mr. Dwalu, Devil Dog, your brother.
We're not criticizing.
That's what serious people do. They criticize when things are wrong and they compliment when things are right.
But that's something about your own judgment.
Sycophants say nothing. And serious people will criticize.
I love you so much. Let me just tell you my pastor, brother. So if you brought a government of power and 9 months later you start criticizing that government, it says something about your own judgment. It doesn't say something about the government, it says something about your judgment. But what do you know about Joseph Boyka before you so fervently supported him to come to power? What do you know about him? What do you know about him?
Well, by Jackson, we need to be honest. There's no laboratory where we take presidential candidates or representative candidates or senatorial candidates to check them to see whether they get a country at heart. During the election, we hear people saying, oh, they may get a country at heart. The other person get a country at heart. If there was a laboratory where we just grab each presidential candidate, will knock them down, check in that heart to see whether they really get a country at heart, will not be electing wrong people. But again, election is not an issue. The problem is, what do you do after you give someone power? That is the major question that we should be asking ourselves. Like this platform, you were very instrumental to campaign for JNB. Even though there were diverse views, but majority of the people on this platform, they campaigned heavily for JNB. After election, this same platform is holding JNB to standard. And people are angry. This is complete civic. We elect people, we hold them accountable. But majority of these people, even as we are talking about DSA, they possess a thief. That's why I always like to give a disclaimer. I'm not talking because you are suffering or they're eating your money. No. I'm speaking because I was raised by a set of values that make me to know between good and bad. Because many of these people, they create their own problem. Don't be surprised. There are people who are happy about this thing. They are happy. You criticize them. Oh, they may not let the government. He against us. You blackmail. You do this. But they are the same people that are suffering. But what I can say is this. I have always said that education is not a measure of intelligence. And it's not also guaranteed that the longer you stay in government, you understand governance. No. Or the longer you stay in the public sector, in the government sector, the country will develop. No. If that was the case, Many countries in Africa were being developed because we have presidents in Africa. Some of them have spent more than 3 decades, 20 years, 15 years. Their countries are poor. What we need in this country, like I always say, we need a president that is legally ruthless. And I want to repeat, we need a president in this country that is legally ruthless, meaning like in such a situation, we gave you DSA to go to perform certain function at the United Nations. You didn't do it. You went to D Calabash or you went to Southern Ghana, you're Mickey Mouse and Santa Claus with taxpayer money. When people are coming, you jump on the plane. If I was President Bouaka, before I leave the UN General Assembly, I will call the same delegation. John Brown, I check you. Peter Paul, you're not here, I mark you. As I enter Liberia, get ready to leave. Let's be very clear about that. Do you know, in fact, this is a system that has been going on for years. Look, and also I have to be very controversial here also. For those who did not go, I'm speaking health issue perspective. If you were sick and you were not able to make the trip, you can write, say, I was not able to make the trip, the money, you give it back. So you don't fall in the category of people who remain on the ground and ate the money. If you were sick.
Thank you. I mean, putting all the ifs together, if people wasn't sick, but stop justifying, finding reason to justify these people. No, I respect your point, but I got to first for you small. You're trying reason to justify it.
I agree, but let me conclude. You come in. My point is, nobody knows the future. Apparently, you're getting ready to go. Your daughter is sick. You have to cancel the trip. Family emergency, or you get sick.
Get the money back. Don't take the money.
If you don't take the money, that money, if you don't go, that money, don't use it. When the president comes back, you restitute. But I'm only saying that we should not categorize these people.
Thank you.
Not to provide explanation and give our money back, then there's no problem.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Why are you laughing like that? Your daughter made you shame. Your daughter made you shame. But I want to go back to Dr. Richardson. And listen, and thank you very much, Patrick, Fidela Patrick. But listen, we cannot polish this. It's bad for our country for us to polish this. No favor, no fear. People took the money. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. They ate the money. Have you heard this? Is this your first time hearing this, right? I believe so.
Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Richardson, is this your first time hearing this? Did you hear this before, Dr. Richardson?
I've heard that people have traveled on DSA before and used them.
This is your first time hearing that people took the money and they didn't travel?
This context, yes, this situation.
Mr. Duato, and you, is this your first time, sir? The reason why I'm asking Mr. Duato is that people are bearing these stories.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's been happening, but this is the first time hearing the public.
And you and myself now putting this story out, challenging them. But why would the finance ministry not even check this thing? Who is policing? Who is checking to see who would travel? Oh, Mr. Sylvester Crispy, you're supposed to go with the president, but you take the money, but you didn't go. But the money is in your account. You used the money. Oh, Uncle Sam, you still go with the president, but you're in South Africa on medical leave. You did it. That's not the reason why the money was given to you. But you use the money, Uncle Sam. Where's the Liberian people money? Why would it take Spoon to bring this kind of story out to the people? So my fellow Liberians, I mean, that's why these people are angry. They are burying story, covering up and covering up. Come on, guys. When will we really see a reform? When you tackle this one, I mean, more than an assistance in car, then it bring you another trouble. We tackle 285 yellow machine. That one end in Vlad. Mama Kabelete acting as she's a champion of change. But she was waiting to go and got an almost $50 million cut on 285 yellow machine. They threw that one to Jeremiah Kuhn so that you won't worry less. We're talking about medtech. I mean, model. Double Jara, local LTA, the acting chairperson, Abdullah Kamara. It's all rotten. It's all just, it's in a bad place. Sylvester Grisman from one thing to another. I got a story on Sylvester Grisman. I was told not to say till Monday because newspaper want to run with it. The Bergman system do not say we're going to run with it and you say it. So I just gave a fair warning today. But how dangerous it is for the chief of staff to the president. Anyway, the mentor 5 cars for NASCAR, nothing happened. $6,000 they will do something to him. Donald, you want to talk to us?
Yeah, let me talk a little bit. Look, guys, people got to understand this. And I will steal the words from Vendetta Patrick and I will stretch it a little bit. Government is a pure entity, very pure. When people say you don't know how government works, that means you don't understand how organizations work. There is no wrong way for government to work. If you say, oh, you don't know in government, they can pass the money to the pass the money to, I am not supposed to know that. Government is a frame structure that works in a way that is like a well-oiled machine. But half the time, we don't want to understand how government works. Because we go, but I want to say to the Vendetta, he's saying legal brutality. Let me tell you something. If you do your job as the president, as an executive arm of the country, you're not being legally ruthless. You're just doing your job. It doesn't require you to be legally ruthless. Look, if Dr. Francine understands the whole rule is to do X, Y, and Z, and you do O, P, and J, it's outside the guidelines of that rules. The government has already defined the consequence attached to that. Implement the consequence. But Uncle Sam is right. We need somebody who doesn't have their tentacles stretched out in the system. Well, when they get within that system, look, for this country to develop, we have to, Vendetta, be not just ruthless, but we have to go beyond the normal thing that we have been doing for a very long time, or else we're not going to develop. For those of you who say, oh, when the man can't do, he will steal, he will do that. I don't care what I want. I'm not going to do videotape and say, oh, the only way you can talk about something on Spoon, you must get it on video, you must get it on camera. That lie.
I ain't got to get it. No way. But I will say this to you. You know what the next problem is? The plane ticket. I want us to discuss this, then we'll go to the phone line. And let's take our first 20 calls and break. Uncle Sam, the plane ticket that will cost $1,200, $1,800. They go to expert travel. That plane ticket would be $3,000 some more. You know that another travel agency, you know who owned them? Affirm Travel, 2 travel agencies. And you know who owned them? You know the relationship they have with folks in the government?
This is old. This is old. Stanton been happening for ever since.
So that the Richardson, Uncle Sam. So it means that it should happen with the government, right?
No,
it means that it's okay.
I'm just saying, and let me repeat myself, Stanton. Look, you know, maybe you think that I'm like a Mr. Negativity is some detractor. They can say I won't see nothing good for my government, right? But when you been in the Zoe bush, like I've been in the Zoe bush for all the years, and I know I've been sitting down in the presidency as Minister of State for Economic and Financial Affairs and Deputy Minister of Commerce in the Republic of Liberia. After the coup, I was a naive little boy. I was thinking, wow, we had this coup now, there will be a radical revolution, we'll be doing it. A week later, after they executed, the people are studying the soil board doing worse than the people that they killed. And 10 months later, they're moving for that because they didn't want me to be part of it, right? And I went back to America. So we thought we had a good team in 1997 when President Taylor was elected by 80% of the votes. And same thing, got worse. 2006, when Ellen was elected, the whole international community was now, we're going to be seeing this change. So I said, okay, people that were Ellen were bringing, they had great CVs, like the Harvard with the Richard Tobol, Dr. Shanahan, Anthony Sayed, all the great people that came. You know, I was like, wow, okay. Me, I went to Pace University, Providence College, Johnson and Wales. I didn't go to the kind of BB school, so I just stayed for that. But when the book came, I mean, it was like shock. The minimal thing with the oil thing, they just started to do all kind of now. In 2009, look at the how you call it in the annual message. County development money. John Balu had issued an other report said they said the man lied. So Ellen sent me out to the 15 counties, 64 district at that time. And 70% of the projects were either not started or incomplete. They stole the money. So then Jobia came. What happened? We had a national economic dialogue because they had all the issue. I left in 2019, Jobia then went back to the same thing. That's how come I started to criticize them. But then when I saw communists then sitting on a prisoner bench in the drone and Namanyama with CPP, that endorsed Jobia in June of 2021. Okay, so Joseph Yuma Boaka, you all believe that Joseph Yuma Boaka was going to do it. Eh? So I said, okay, he won. So this is the 9th month. And the news that is coming out is overpowering. The corruption is not just a small corruption, right? And the mess theft are not small. What happened to asset recovery? Zero, Stanton. I know some big people are going to resign from it this month again. It's like completely moribund. What happened to the development planning aspect? What happened to the fiscal priorities of the country? Zero. I know there are people out there will be cussing me to say, because I hate Joseph Boaka. If Joseph Boaka succeeds, I will do extremely well. All of us professionals on this platform here, if Liberia grows, opportunities will come for us to do very well. If they're going to put some major banks in Liberia, I'm a banking undergraduate. I went to LSE. I will be part of that thing to make some money again at my age. Dr. Richardson, you will start your practice in Liberia. Stanton, you will do your thing, Dr. Droplet, and my marine body there. We'll all make money if Liberia is a good country. It's in our what do you call that thing? To push Liberia to do the right thing. For us all to do well. And when we do well, many people do it because we hire people, we help our families, we do things for the country, right? But the way the country is going, we still got to pay school fees to everybody. But still making us for money. We're spending $400-500 million a year to that bureau. My same wave account, they close my same wave account. Okay. Thank you. Close my account because I was sending to that bureau.
Thank you, Augustine. Let me say this. We'll be going to the phone line because we want to hear from you. We'll take 20 calls, right? Nelson, can you come on? We're going to hear from Leslie. You'll be part of the conversation every evening. You must be, okay? I'm tired of talking, but we'll talk at 2029, okay? But you got to be part of it. I will say this to you. It's time for you to talk. You got 1 minute. So 20 individual calling will be 20 minutes, right? And we will listen to you. And we will enjoy your conversation. Please be respectful. You can say your own. Nobody going to get mad. And I will say to you, let me read a couple of things to you. Jeremy Pierre, the information minister, he get $2,682.30. Sylvester Grisby collected his own for 7 nights. I look at all the names, but I'm going to stop here because, hey, it was the old Stanton, you won't put, I will not show no picture, but you'll ask Jeremy Pierre how much he received for his DSA and everything. That's my friend, Jeremy Pierre, my friend. He come to visit me, by the way. I should be seeing him this weekend. All right. So, yeah, I should be seeing Jeremy Pierre this weekend. All right. We're going to send a shout out to those people in Yola. Yola having this big program this weekend. It's starting tonight. Tomorrow will be the big day, and Sunday they will be finishing up. And if you're in the area, going to the UDA program, we're going to have for that Kofa there, and all the dignitaries will be there. So don't forget, stop and enjoy and have fun. Let's go to the phone line, Nelson. Where are you? Let's allow our Liberian people to speak on this issue, that people in government stealing the DSA while running away and they not coming in America. Some of them came on their own personal thing and they still collected DSA. Some of them came for only 3 days, but they collected 7 days. I mean, folks, that's a lot of money. That's why they will be on the trip every day because they're collecting money. Yeah. I know. And Donald, I don't know who's this LRB guy. He's saying you are fired. Where you fired from? We're talking. I know he's kidding with you. But these people, they're collecting money. If you collect 3-4 different set of DSA and your paycheck, you're making almost 15,000-20,000 a month.
That's true.
So yeah, it's true. I'm gonna take 10 calls, and you're gonna take 10 calls, Nelson. 20. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Hey, Stanton. My name is James Smith, calling from Indiana.
You got 1 minute, Jimmy. Talk to us.
Look, all these guys are just around Buckeye, going from here, there, Yana. They have no substantive issue to address at the end of these conferences. So the bottom line, they are just there for the badan. That's it.
Thank you.
And Sam Jackson is there supporting somebody one day, the next day he's not supporting.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let me make it very fast because a lot of people want to call. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you joining us from?
Hey, my name is Joseph Smith, and I'm calling from North Carolina.
Go ahead, JS.
Yes, let me tell you the truth. You've been helping the Liberian people, and God bless you. You are the one who made the joke. We have corrupt government. We got all the power versus the worker. So don't be scared. They cannot close this radio station. All the things you see about Nyata family scandal, the $22 million road scandal, the Army Muda scandal, the budget shift, all the things, Joseph Walker knows about it. That's why he cannot talk. Joseph Walker is the head of the cartel. So don't be scared. They get close to the radio station. God will bless you and God will bless your whole family. Joseph Walker is the head of the cartel. He's the one calling the shots. He's the one telling the guy to steal. He knows about it. Don't be scared, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to take again. Thank you very much for calling the show. Your calls are welcome. This is your station. I will take the third person. Your name and where you joining us from, please. Your name and where you joining us from.
Byron Taylor joining you from Rhode Island.
Talk to us, Byron.
I just want to say to you, the best thing for us to do is for the government just to just to give those guys their, I should say, let me say this. They should just give them a pass for them to stay at the cheapest hotel and everything is included. That's the only way we can try to mitigate some of this stealing that going on, except we give them a pass of have somebody put everything in the U.S. for them or wherever they're traveling.
Thank you.
And then, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Momon Johnson. I'm calling from Charleroi, Pennsylvania.
Talk to us, Momo.
Yeah, what I want to say is that, you know, the president of Liberia, President Joseph Numa Boakai, it seems to be a weak vessel. Because when these things are going on, he knows them. If they are telling him that he's not doing anything. As a witchcraft eat other people's children. Why don't you eat your own children? You are sending out sedition for judgment. Why don't you send your own people for judgment? I can even understand the whole entire presidency. President Joseph Numa Boakai need to do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take the next one. Your name and where you joining us from, please.
Today, George Morris calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgie, talk to us.
Yes, hope, man. We all have to bring Joseph Walker into power, okay? But we will continue to speak until he can speak out or he can be able to do something. This thing need to stop. Somebody need to get fired to set example for the other people to follow. So please, let Joseph Walker do something. He need to fire somebody. It's too much. It's too soon. They're going to be there for 6 years. Now, even 1 year. Things going wrong like this, man. We got to speak up, man. We got to speak up.
Thank you very much. Let me take this one. Thank you for calling. We got about number 3 more from my end, right? Your name and where you joining us from? Your name. Talk to us, please. Can you turn? Okay, we'll come back to you. You got to turn your receiver off. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Oh, Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Starton Witherspoon. I am Patrick Ray, and I'm calling from the Australian Capital Territory.
Welcome to the show, Patrick. Talk to us.
I just want to greet the Liberian people. And I want to compliment you too, because you stand as the very dark man for Liberia. And we want to urge the government, please, this corruption needs to stop. Action needs to be taken. And we need reconstruction and development in that country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will take the last from my end. Your name and where are you joining us from?
Hey, how you doing, Senator? My name is Prince E.C. Curran Jr. and I call you from Texas.
What's up, Prince O?
I'm good, Senator. Yeah, Senator, I just want to make one recommendation. So, like we do here in the Mediterranean. So there's something that's given to us. It's called the government travel card. And we use that government travel card whenever we're going on a PTDY mission or we're going out of state mission. And whenever you're using that government travel card, Senator, there is a code that is put on the card. And that code allows you to use certain amount on the card. So for instance, if I want to live in a $200 hotel a night, the code limits me from going to a $200 hotel a night, or let's say a $400 hotel a night. So the government can implement a government travel card, and you only receive the code when you are on the mission or you are on the assignment, right? And that code will be either implemented by finance or something, right? There's credit card all over the place. You can use credit card. We don't have to be using cash and giving people cash whenever they travel, and that will help to save the country some money.
Thank you very much. This ends from my end. This is from my end. You know what? I would take one female, Sister Rosita. I think that's her. Your name and where you joining us from? I think it's you, Sister Rosita, right? Hello? I'm sorry, Mama. You got to answer the phone. Let's go back to you, Nelson. Let's talk to our people from our country, our Papa, Mama country, Liberia. Take 10 calls, please.
055510175 is the number to call. This person, hello. Your name and where you call from? Hello. Yes, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
This is Miriam.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to talk to Dr. Richardson from Beaumont. Miriam, thank God I meet this station tonight. I've been spending so many money to talk to you. Next thing I talk to you all the time. So please, I want to follow Dr. Richardson.
Okay, they're listening.
I want a number big then from Beaumont.
Okay, thank you. They're listening.
All right. Miriam.
Okay. Hello, your name and where you call from?
Hello?
Yes, you're live on the show. Let's hear you.
I'm calling from Gooddown.
Yeah, can I go ahead?
Yeah, I kind to tell you that all the family on our school, they're not doing well for the Liberian people. They are just there to be hurrying up. Oh, all the person stealing money, and no benefit coming to Liberia.
Okay.
What is the
Thank
solution
you.
for them for Liberia to benefit?
Thank you. Hello, your name and where you call from? Hello. All right. So we take another person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're live. Your name and where you calling from? Please walk away from your radio, please.
My name is Roger David Davis. I'm calling from the Cape Town.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say I'm a Liberian, but there is no good Liberian. With all the things the panelists saying and Liberians are saying, they put them, they will say repeat the same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
For now.
Oh. Okay, hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you are live. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying from Castle Bolivar.
Yeah, let's hear you.
You say we brought this government of power, but the way things are going, people, keep on talking to us. They say, we'll make a mistake. So rather begging the president, he has to take action. It will not make us shame.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, you are live. Let's hear you.
Alfonso Gibson calling from my giving. Yeah,
Gibson,
we as youth of this country, we have to rise against those people. If we don't, those people will bury our future. This is why the disadvantaged youth always increasing on a daily basis. So President Bouaga needs to take action against those guys because they are not there for the Liberian people, they are there for themselves.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 0555-101075. Hello? Hello? Go ahead, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
This is Mr. Travers. I'm calling from Pipeline.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, okay. Sam Jackson, because Sam Jackson said something and no one reacted to him. He said that you people voted for Bouaga and you're criticizing Bouaga is becoming critical at 9 months time. I mean, this is what I love of Mame. It's of Mame, he was never going to go free because this is what they did not do to George Weah, and he spent 1 term as a president. That he did not do because all what he will do, all what today Stanton is saying, if it was George Weah's term, he had done worse. Because George Weah spent 6 months to build for the 8 homes. And he was there, he did not say anything. He, the same Jackson. And you're like to go free. Dwalu, you're not going to go free to say that. And the second caller said something. He said that all what is going on, Bouaga about it. And Bouaga cannot take action. We that voted for him in this country will take action against him. Because we say, we'll take action. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your input. This person, hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I go through today. I want to speak to the school family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been trying for long. Prior to a year.
Yeah, let's hear you. Your take on the issue tonight.
You know, I want to tell the CEO. This country, you see, the Liberia, they now they are left behind. Men are controlling the country, not the government controlling the country. Because you see, come get away, do they want. And I still part of the old people. You do not think that the country, only go and vote for the people, never to get up. They cannot come to power, but if they allow the guys to come to power, then they use them at the end of the day. All the money they post spend with the election. Do we Liberians know where they take the money from? To spend it in the election, buying car, buying share, doing the one, raising car, all those things are costly. We don't know. We don't see the calculation afterwards. Where do you take the money from when you run the campaign?
Thank you.
Because when at the end of the day now, don't spend the money, they don't control the government. Let you know within yourself. Because when you spend your money, where you get the power, where your treasure is, where your heart is.
Thank you very much for your input. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir. Hello? Your name and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead. You're live.
My name is Daniel Kere, calling from Oro, Chuba.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you for your show this evening. We're begging our President Bouaga, whosoever that around you that want to spoil your government, I'm talking to you for you to sack every one of them because during the campaign, we sit down, get the water, we went straight down there, the room was 40. We leave all our teen activity, our children were not in school. The money now we use on food just for the corrupt government, a part Georgia government, it was a corrupt government. And we pray to God that you win the election. A Georgia was going to win, but then the station was going to close down. And we thank God that the station fighting. We now coming on chat to say, whosoever are corrupting, we on us. It's a good government. We want to carry for that. Where people don't know that you good president. Don't add a George we are. Let God bless you.
Thank you very much for your input. Hello?
Hello, Spoon. This is Ivan Jones, and I call from Harrisburg.
Yeah, Ivan, let's hear you. You're live. I'll find that caller.
So thank you. It's clear, all right? You can see there's no law, all right? These people want more than what they deserve. Let me bring something to your attention quickly, all right? I want the president, all right, to do a roll call. Let me give you this evidence. If he do a roll call, or if he does a roll call right now on his issues, I doubt, all right, that all of them will return to Liberia. It's plain, all right? Probably some of them just wanted this opportunity to go and stay in America there, so he should be careful. They didn't do a roll call, all right? They didn't do church. Attendance church.
Thank you very much for your input.
Thank you, folks. Again, every day is our new start. You know, the board of the Spoon Talk, you know, the board got the board chair. You know, if you're not part of the don't say anything. And they have decided that we'll be taking 20 calls every evening or more to hear from you. And I think as board chairperson, Dr. Francis Chinua Richardson, the co-chair, Mr. Dwalu, anybody that's sick with something on their neck, they cannot be on the board. We need healthy people to be on the board. We want to say welcome again to Spoon Talk. This is who we are. But guys,
Let's
welcome Abba. Let's welcome the team. Yes, sir.
I will keep our people updated a little bit. The state of Massachusetts just accepted our incorporation for the Liberian Diaspora Equity Fund today. As is in the loop, the lawyers are finishing the processing. Everything about to go online pretty soon. So you'll keep your fingers crossed. We're going to make the team live very quickly.
Thank you very much. Good news. Good news. A lot of good news coming up. But want to say again to my fellow Marines who are the few, the proud, the Marines. All right.
Somebody said though. Somebody said something during the call. Somebody said something. We cannot forget.
We're going to do a round on this because I got one last conversation for us to talk. Right now it's 6:14. It's a beautiful, folks. We'll come back to the phone line. Just don't stop calling. We'll come back because we'll finish the 21st call. We'll go back and do another round. Let's go back to you, Dr. Richardson. You heard the people, right? The people, they are in agreement. I can name all of the people that came with the president on this whole thing. Most of them talk about the money issue. Now we just talk about the executive mansion, not the foreign ministry. Okay. And one of the group that came with the president, I don't know why, but maybe the vice president will explain that one of the staff from the vice president office came on the street. The picture is flying on social media. Like the man say he's a billionaire because he came on the street. That's his own story. But let's go back to the issue about this, the whole thing that it was scheduled to come, they never make it, they ate the money. And those people that came on their own self-schedule, they joined the president, but instead of taking the last 3 days, they are taking the entire 7 days. It's conflicting. It's bad for our country. And the Liberian people, they disagree. They want accountability. We can go down the list. The most correct, where you got Abdullah Kamara, where you have Amin Modal, Double Jada, and we can just go down the list. I mean, are we there yet? Are we getting there? Let me go to Dr. Richardson. We'll do the round table real quick, guys, please. Dr. Richardson, you go first.
So there are three things that I'm hearing here. And let's start with the first premise that people took money and did not do the job. There was a reason why they were giving money to come here or giving ticket money to come here. They were here to do a job and they didn't do a job. Okay. Therefore, they perhaps engaged in corrupt behavior. Mr. Dwelly used people here, embezzlement, investing money. So that's the first thing that we need to be aware of what happening here with this DSA money. The second thing is we need a system overhaul. There has to be some documentation to say if you came and you only came for 3 days, you don't need to use government money.
Excuse me, Dr. Richardson, they took money, but they never came. So it's not that they never do the job, but they never came.
Yeah, if you didn't come, then you didn't do the job. You took money to come here, to be at the UN, to engage in investment conversations, to engage in advertising our country, to talk to people, to serve the president in his way. And you never did it. Okay, so you took free money for nothing from the people, and that's what I'm saying. And so what we do need now is a system overhaul. So if you didn't come, you need to have a way to either pay the money or the president got to say something about you coming or receiving this money for free. Okay, you either be fired. If you're coming for 2 or 3 days, you don't get the same amount that people who are coming for 5 or 6 days, for. If you're just not doing anything, you keep on your own freedom or volition, then you come on your own. So there's something that system overhaul has to occur. I don't know if it occurs in the foreign ministry or where it happens. It has to be done. The second thing is about leadership. We are bringing this to the attention of the leaders in the country, including the president. We talk about this every day. I hope that they are listening and they are going to do something about this, because the people who, again, who took this money, their mindset about the country, they are not thinking clearly. We are at a place in the country where we need every single penny. If you're taking money from the government for good times or for your own, pleasure, then it's wrong. Why the rest of the people suffer is wrong. The last thing is our citizen. They need to be educated. These things, these small, small little things, there are the wrong mindset to think about Liberia. If we continue to do it, the citizen, if somebody put you in a position of power, I know that we have this instant gratification, we have our survival thinking, we want to take everything for ourselves, but we have to learn to say that the only way our country is going to move forward, we cannot just be taking money for free. We should ask questions, okay? We should engage in the development of our country. This is not my money, that's not my property. Why am I taking it? So that's what I have to add. 3 things: system overhaul, our leadership concern, and citizens have to be concerned.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Mr. Eduardo?
Yeah, thank you so much, Stanton. And those are you asking for the UK and Australia. There will be representatives there once we go live. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. And the reason why we allow the people to call is because we cannot catch everything. Not everything that I said that you may not agree with, I have to address. I understand sometimes Uncle Sam will say something. It doesn't mean I have to counter that every single time. We will get there where we can counter, we will counter in the audience. And that's what we'll have you guys call. But somebody says something about there is no good Liberian, including all of us on this network. My brother, I am not going to disagree with you like this. Because your experience has told you for a long time, every leader that comes to power always been a bad person. But equally so, we've chosen just a few handful of Liberians continuously over and over. They keep doing the same thing. There are thousands and thousands, maybe the 3% of our country's population that have actually governed this country. 97% has never governed. Those people that want to truly come and govern the society, we don't give them the opportunity. I have a big conviction, and I believe this to my core. A man has to lift himself to a higher socioeconomic position before you can give him a position of trust. If that man cannot take care of himself substantially, you give him that position, he doesn't know anything else. You have to vet these people. It goes back to what Fendela kept screaming about this stomach infrastructure. You yourself cannot continue to put yourself in this position and you claim that everybody is not good. Oh, you get Dwadu chance, Dwadu will counter government, he will be worse. I understand why you're saying that, because this is where experience says. But Dwadu don't have to work in government. Dwadu don't even want to work in government unless I have control. That's me. Unless I have control. If I don't have control, I believe I'll be wasting my time because the system will chew me up and spit me out. And I believe that. Stanton.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bopler.
So at the UNGA, the Israeli delegation was 7, the British was 5, the poorest country had the biggest delegation. So I want to offer a solution.
I actually did that research, Dr. You talked about it. I said, I'm glad you did that research. You talked about it, and I'm happy you did that. I was looking for it.
Yeah. So I want to offer a solution. I want the president and this government to now cap things. Okay, the less money you spend at the top, the more money you have at the bottom, and the greatest economic generation takes place at the bottom in the micro economy. So delegations 5. First class, the president and the vice president only. Everybody else ride economic class. Southwest CEO and Walmart CEO are billionaires with a B. They ride economic class. You hear what I just said? Billionaires with a B. They ride economic class. So we need to stop this bluff because it's hurting us as a people. So the president, these are simple measures that will create trickle down, because now there'll be less money wasted at the top and more money available at the bottom. Those are small things that can have big impact. If the president don't start making these moves and we just keep talking about it, that means he's not committed. He's not committed to the agenda with which he ran, and that would be disappointing. I believe this president has it in him for the turnaround, and I think now is the time for the turnaround.
Can you give us the number again? You said Israel had 7, Great
The
Britain had
Israeli
5.
delegation, only 7%. The British delegation, one of the world's most powerful country and richest, care only 5 people. 5 people. Look at our delegation and compare
50.
it.
50. Uncle Sam.
Okay, let me just make a correction. They're right about the official delegation. Okay, the people that were credentialed by the UN. Okay, but there's no way the Israeli prime minister would travel with just 5 people. So you're right, technically, right? So if we have 50 people as delegates that were credentialed by the UN, then that is very, very bad. Okay, I mean, let's just be very clear about that. Okay, but Israel is very, very concerned about security, so they had to bring the security people. But you're right.
Did your research?
Uncle Sam, I agree, but they use the people on the ground. You see, so that's a difference. Those people already supported. They use the people in the U.S. and at the UN. They use the people on the ground, including embassy staff. They don't care all those people. All I'm saying, we took all our people from here and we carried them there.
Okay. But let me just tell you, as somebody who's been there many times, the security detail is not part of the official delegation. Okay, and other people who are support staff, they're not part of the official delegation. But you're right, ministers and officials of government from our side, there were 50 people. You're right about that. So there were 50 people. Now, that means we're not even counting President Boyka's, what do you call it, security detail. We're not counting his household staff. We're not counting his all the kind of people there. So technically, we probably would have taken like 75 people there. But listen, let me just come to what I wanted to talk to you about. Look, you making very good recommendations, right? Like Dr. Richardson said, overhaul. You said we should do something, but it has to be from the belly of the leader. This is what he should be promulgating. Not for us to be on a platform and tell them what to do. Because that is so simple. Anybody who's talking about transformative leadership should not be taking 50 people to the UN. And in this day where all the 9 banks in Liberia, they all issue debit cards. And my debit card, UBA, I can use it any part of the world. Nobody should be giving cash to come part of any delegation. They should be using your debit cards for easy, for transparency and accountability. Very, very easy. That's not rocket science. So let's be very clear. Reform and transformation is not in Joe Boyka's DNA. Just understand that. The day you understand that, the day you accept that, then all of the kind of anxiety that I see people expressing on this thing, they will not be expressing it because I don't expect much from JMB. I have known him for more than 50 years. He's not a transformative leader. And the people who are in the Unity Party, who are reformers, they are not in the government. I don't see John Molu. I don't see Alex Coffey. I don't see other people who have demonstrated that they can transform things. I see people who are part of the extractive political economy. The people at the presidency. Okay, and the people within most of the people within, I'm not dismissing the entire government as people who are corrupt, but time and time again, it does appear that you don't have real reformers in this government. You need a Dr. Propler there. You need Ava Tuba there. You need Ventula Patrice there. You need Andasi Dwalu there. But the same people who have been part of this political economy post-war for the last 21 years, what you did, you brought an assemblage of Unity Party officials from early government, and you just brought them into this government and gave them position. Most of the people who have position within this government came from Ellen. And we know that in terms of the risk analysis, Ellen's government was one of the most corrupt governments ever in terms of the magnitude of corruption. The magnitude of corruption, billions in foreign direct investments, billions in terms of support from the international system. So Joe Walker is from that. It is from there. So he cannot reform. He cannot reform. He's not capable of reform because
Thank you.
his principles are tied to the political economy of the genesis of corrupt people. He can't change that. Grisby is his friend. No matter what Grisby does, he will never move Grisby from there. That's just the fact.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Thanks a lot. I'm going to bring it from that up, Patrick, then we'll kind of have Mr. Patrick's.
So the question was asked by Mr. Dwalu, what can we do? I stand to be corrected. I don't know whether that was the question. Look, every one of us on this platform tonight, this thing is not going to be solved. Corruption will not be eradicated because everybody is connected. The very people we are rebuking tonight, you have people inside government and outside government that support them 100%. They don't care. As long as that individual can give them, can relate, can compare notes, it's good. But here is our major problem. When people are elected to public office or appointed to public office, two things. The supporters don't see them as public servants. If they come from one ethnic group, they see that individual as their own. And when you rebuke them, they will not take it into consideration that you are rebuking that individual because he or she is corrupt. They will see it as this man is talking against our ethnic group. If he or she is attached to a political party, when you criticize that individual, partisans will not see it as someone who is corrupt and he's being rebuked or she's being rebuked for looting state resources. They will take control of that individual corrupt act and make it to be their own problem and start to fight to protect. We heard under Weah's regime. We will protect what we have made when the people in Weah's regime were looting state resources. So to deal with people, to make sure that we get the best out of them, it's going to be hard. And this is why I always say I don't give a heck of what people do or what they suffer from. Because you know why? Somebody comes from your political party. We are rebuking them so that they will not do it again. Partisans who are not even eating a dime from that individual, they take their problem and sell it on their hair and begin to lambast us. Hey, for some of you who are listening, if everyone on this platform decide to say, in fact, well, where would JMB? That thing you're talking about looking for a job, and you people looking for a job, and you're doing this, you can't give the president chance in less than 1 year. No, hey, that you will suffer. Let me put it in simple English, that you will suffer. Because the calls we receive, the people we sit with, you are way at the bottom of their hierarchy. They don't even call you. We sit with them. If there's something to surrender our integrity, we enjoy. And I tell you, Stanton, when I was in the US, there was this Ghanaian, and my friend introduced me and said, oh, this is Fandela Pato. He's an activist from Liberia, one of the best. So the guy asked me, he said, Oga, so you be activist. They call you to sit and chop. You say no. You talk, they grab and they put you in jail. He said, Oga, you they suffer. He said, you they suffer. These are things that we hear most of the time. When people come here to put law for country first, somebody talking, when they put you there, you be like the other person. When they put you there, you be like the other person. So at the end of the day, during election, I heard people talking on radio, my vote not for enough for ordinary people. If I don't chop, I will not give you my vote. So as I conclude, we got to sit down and reflect small. if your public officials are stealing, they receive DSA, they did not go to the UN General Assembly to go perform certain functions, and we are criticizing them. If you are a member of the rescue mission, don't get vexed. Sit down, because there are some things some of you don't talk. When you talk, some of you still looking for a job, hoping that after 1 year they will fire some people, they bring you back because the government, reshuffle. So you stay quiet, but you know things are not
Thank
going
you.
right. Say you can't talk, we are talking. You need to give a chance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that, Patrick. We appreciate that. Mr. Topa?
The thing is about system. Look, what are the parameters that guide how you select people to go to these international events? They're not clear. What are the expectations for those people when they go? And this is not just this government. This is perennial. Every year. How long have we been going to UNGA? It's the same thing. Overcrowdedness. Then you come to the financial piece. But now we should have government credit cards. People are coming to the first world. Use the credit card for that specific purpose, and they'll be able to come for it. But for us to be giving people cash to come, so now people don't come, so now they don't go to the hotel, they go stay. Most people know, a lot of people go stay with their friends. So the hotel money go in their pocket. They put down, and someone else, they so mean, they will still stay with their friend, right? We contribute to that household for that week or 2 weeks that a year, So look, until we change the system, these things will happen. And there's so much fat in our budget that we can cut, that money can go to the people who really need it. But the political will to do it, is it there? It's not there. Look, the budget by itself is already, to me, an illegal document because of all the little pockets of money that are now going to benefit the national good that in the budget. So the budget is already fingered from day one in my mind, with some people getting their own allocations because other people getting allocations, kind of quid pro quo. Then for it to come again and be fingered another time again, so it just double fingering. And who fingering? We're fingering the country. We're fingering the people who need help. The people who need help. So we sometimes it gets tiring, but we just got to keep talking, because if we don't talk, then the people who violating these things, they will just continue with a level of indiscipline and reckless financial behavior. But I don't see how the president or anybody can justify 50 persons at the UNGA. One of the two key things I think he's there for, to make his statement, and then to probably engage on the issue of us getting a seat as a non-permanent member of the Security Council. So if those are the things we are going for, it should be targeted. If there are other reasons, and then this communication with the people in terms of letting people understand, if you're really clear about what you're doing, you have no reason not to explain to the Liberian people what exactly you are going to do there, where's your expectations, what will be the returns to the people of Liberia. So let me make it simple, man. The people need to switch up how they do things.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, guys. I mean, we got about 23 minutes to show time. Again, we want to appreciate every one of you joining us. You have folks that were on the list to travel with the president on this UNGA. Mr. President, Jose Yuma Bwaka, Mama Kabediti, Emmanuel Dam, the representative from District Number 7, Moserado County, Jeremy Pierre. Sylvester Gracefield was told to stay back, but his name was on his list. Yes, indeed, he received all his financial DS aid, per them, everything. He have to speak to the nation and tell the folks whether he ate the money, because he received it. Jacob Bangalo came on a trip prior to this, and he attended the Kennedy School, of the Harvard School Kennedy program, some kind of program they had. And from there, he went to New York. I missed a call from Jacob Bangado. I hope he can call me back. Maybe he's trying to clarify his stay in America. So we'd love to talk to you if you listen to us. Not Kwabo came on the trip. Samuel Kofi Woods, Emmanuel Zopia, Sajoni, Atonet Wolu, Marie Neiman, Anthony Cassidy. Anthony Cassidy came ahead of this delegation. So that's a whole different story. That's my papa, but hey, listen, you got to tell the people how many days he spent or how he transitioned to be on this thing. George Sa, Arrhythmus Williams, Joe Morba, Terrence Woods, Louis Tamba, Emmanuel Aikenimba, Joseph Blackie, Kadatu Tamba, Emmanuel Sanon, Samuel Steve Kwai. Now, Samuel Steve Kwai, you know, coming along with Mama Kabedite, those are the two ministers, you know, of state. If you add Sylvester Greenspan, you're taking all of the ministers of state out of the executive mansion. You're going to ask yourself, why are they all coming? Winfred the Shield, Bill J. Johnson, and Tamba Wanda. These are 30 just from the executive mansion. You're not adding the foreign ministry. You're not adding other folks. Just from the executive mansion alone, you got 30. And I just named them to you. So then you begin to ask yourself, you know, what's going on here, folks? Oh, listen, they cannot stop us from getting this information. They just can't. They just can't, because we have to tell you, the Liberian people. And I just named the names from the executive mansion alone, and you ask yourself, why? You know how much? 100 from the executive mansion alone, 103,000.
But Stanton, this is public. It should be public information. This is not something.
They will not make it popular, my brother. They will hide it. They will hide it. 103,000. They'll tell you, so go ask public people to make write letter. That's what they would tell you. And I mean, when I say even write letter, if you need any further information, that's the speed. That's the
you know, and it's not about an individual or the names that you call just Stanton. This is about the system that we have in Liberia. Trying to change the system and bring awareness of what exists in Liberia and how Liberia can be better, how we can reappropriate the money that people are just apparently spending foolishly, you know, in my opinion. So, you know, I hear people saying, oh, you know, it's a witch hunt or whatever, you know, there's no evidence. It's a premise that is being made, and the premise of the system that we have in terms of how people are receiving DSA and how they are traveling with the government is not in the interest of our country. It's not successful at all. You know, if we change these things, then we can have extra money to be directed to our school system, to our healthcare, and towards building our infrastructure. Yes, it has been done for many, many years, but we want change. Some of us is bad. We're in developing country and we're sitting out here, and you know, where our own country is just been under the hands of some cartel members who don't want to change it. So that's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, don't forget, folks. Don't forget, we want to say tomorrow we're going to be having Pastor Goba. He's running for that seat, the council seat in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park. He will be our guest, Pastor Goba, the pastor for our sister Glennie. You know, Sister Glennie, pastor, will be our guest tomorrow. We also want to say, don't forget about the UDA program starting tonight. It will be a great thing happening in Atlantic City. I was invited to go, but I'm sorry I can't because it's raining. I don't like to travel when it rains, so I won't make it there. Saturday will be the me event. They're inviting everyone. Jay Funati Kofa, the keynote speaker, he will be there. You know, probably I'm going to meet Jay Funati Kofa, you know, outside of the event. But again, it will be the unique program. Go and support ULA, please. Please do. Go and support them. Atlantic City will be boarding, will be on fire. You know, my brother Abba said he was coming, but I guess not. Okay, so I want to say to all of you, a great show today. Everything we see, everything we hear, we'll let you know. Don't forget, we are here for you, and because of you, we are here. When you come, we come. The day you say you're not coming, fine, then we'll not come. But to tell you the truth, our country deserves better. We are the government in power. We should hold our own feet to the fire. In Unity Party, there's a big split. There's a big fight. One group is backing Mr. President, keep Ami Moda, keep Dawa Jala, keep Adla Kamara. Another group saying that would be a bad, worse example. I want us to close on this, folks. This is like a weekend review. Everything we've been discussing from Monday to today. Massive corruption is happening in the government. There's a new story coming out about central bank. Don't forget, the $8 million, it wasn't a loan. It was free money this government built our folks with. Don't forget. Don't forget, it took one pen and one check. Wrote us $700,000 to the bank to clear his debt. Where that money came from? Just one bank. And all the other bank, since our brother said consolidated, we're waiting for him to come up for us to show him proof. He said he got sick with malaria, he can't come on the show. Our brother Fadiga. Since he said, make a consolidation. We won't show him the people now he's making come on the show. He said he's sick. Let me say this. To our president, people say, oh, the papa will go back to Liberia and he will take action. Let's see what happens next week. I can announce to every one of you, there's a resignation coming in as a recovery. Somebody there about to resign. The person that will resign, they tie with this postponement of asset recovery. They're not going back again the way October or November. Then they will come and say whether asset recovery will live or die. The person said they will resign. But I can also say to you, you remember the case on Nathaniel Fallow Miguel? He went to LDCC. I can announce to you that Nathaniel Fallow Miguel, what we are hearing, there's a possibility he's walking free. That case is dead. I can say to you, I can say, the case on the Senator Nathaniel Fallow Miguel, what we are hearing from our sources, he walking free. They can't touch him, he's dead. This is a weekend review. I got to put everything together because this is Liberia. I can say to you, there's a reason why the strength of corruption have been tempered down. Because people advise Mr. President, if you do this, our country in the region is on the edge. So come down. Bring down your fight against corruption. Dwalu, I see you're going to get mad. But people have advised Mr. President Joseph Imabwaka, come down. Walk slow. Samuel Jackson will not eat his socks on the show. Walk slow. You are walking too fast. Don't target certain people. Because if you do, they begin to point the president. Look at Sierra Leone. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at Mali. Look at the region. Look around. You don't want things to happen. It's a national security issue. So, Mr. President, calm down. So all that tension and that hype and everything, begin to calm down. I'm going to end on this note. What's the change? Dr. Richardson, let's do our closing. We got 14 minutes to go. We each will take 2 minutes, and then we'll leave from here today, 7 o'clock on the dot. I will be the happiest man. I will keep Mr. Dwadu for last, because if he close right now, he will disappear. So we all close.
But see, only when you rushing the close, you don't like get OPS. Oh.
Yes, I do. I know we wanted to come there today. I get OPS.
What's in the OBS?
Is it
also kind of operation?
Sister, that leave me alone. Dr. Richardson, that leave me alone. I beg you,
Papa. That's what curiosity is all about. But you know,
okay.
My closing, I want to state that.
I mean, it's leave alone, then you fishing behind me, right? Okay.
I just want to state, you know, I'm wondering something that you said, Stanton, about Nathaniel McGill walking free. I didn't get a full understanding of that, and I'm sure as you know, Monday comes around, you will tell us why he should walk free, or what is the story behind him walking free. Because I know he was accused of salary padding. That's what he was accused of, and we didn't get the.
So let me say this, and you're right. We'll keep it for Monday. There's a lot of juicy thing coming out of Liberia. We'll keep for Monday, okay? I want to say this thing, but Mommy says, Stanton, please, can you wait for me? I'm traveling, I'm working, blah, 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 blah. So sometimes people say, I like Mommy. Yes, indeed. I want him to bring the extra fire. because I know Uncle Sam wanted to sell Tabata when the mommy was checking aggressively. But Nathaniel Follow McGill, the senator from McGill County, I can announce from reliable sources that we always trust, and they are always 100% correct. Nathaniel Follow McGill will walk from the Peru paddling. They got nothing on him. I can announce that recommendation was made to the Justice Department. You see, when we get document, then the people say, "Oh, Stendo, show the document." They, you know, so this time we show document. I would just say what I want to say. I can go ahead and cry me or river that business. Or I can announce the recommendation were made. Administratively, they hold the executive mansion responsible. Criminally, Nathaniel Follow McGill will not be charged for anything. He will walk. And they also recommended to the executive mansion. They told the executive mansion, Mr. Executive Mansion, stop the supplementary payroll system that you're operating on. This executive mansion, it was part of the record. I don't want to read the whole thing and somebody will get in trouble. So let me just leave it like that. But the big picture here, ladies and gentlemen, on your good old Friday, Nathaniel Follow McGill, our sources is saying he's going to walk.
Okay. Yeah. So I will, you know, read up on that, and I will have a better thought about it on Monday. But you know, and you follow this thought by saying it's been recommended to the president to slow down. I don't believe that the president should slow down. If anything, I think he should be wrapped up. Okay, because slowing down on these issues, whether he did it or whether it's a misstep, would definitely not put our country ahead. It would probably put us more in a corrupt state than we are. So I just want him to be more energized, if that's contrary to him slowing down. We began the show by talking about President Weah's birthday. We know that, you know, President Weah is no longer president, so he's probably is a private citizen. But I did see flyers floating around where he had a whole committee to plan his 58th birthday. And to me, I think that's not it's not kind of good for the mindset of our country right now. I think that he should be, as a leader, should be teaching the young people about more existential things, about more existential living, giving back to your community, as opposed to, you know, having big party and jello partying all the time. Let's be serious. We need vision in the country. We need to take austerity measures about, you know, our country right now, the things that are happening in the country. The whole DSA thing, we talked about it. It's not about one person. It's about our country, system overhaul, leadership, and citizen responsibility. And that's what I have to end with. Thank you. Good show, guys.
And thank you, Dr. Richardson. We really do appreciate you. And thanks for your show today. It was great, by the way. And I watched the show. You guys did well today on the spoon business. And I hope you can get more people come your way. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, too.
You're welcome. Mr. Dwalu.
Yes, Stanton, look, to the audience, man, y'all, thank you. What Stanton just said, I'm going to hold my horses until Monday, and I'm going to call a few people. But I began the show with a little soliloquy, if you want to call it that. To the young people in the country, I want you to understand the president has heard you regarding the job creation in the country. We will continue to push this topic. For me, we're going to continue to push until the government succeeds. Whatever is bugging the government down, it is the duty of the president to make sure he addresses that. All we can do here is to make recommendations and suggest what it would take to create a system where that is at least equitable and it can fix Liberia. If we continue on the same route, Stanton, that we've done for a long time, Dr. Brooklyn, we may not develop. Yes, a danger of this. Yes, a danger of this. You know, we believe that Liberians are gullible. Liberian people cannot do anything. This is what we always say. They would just wait at 5 and 6. Liberian people would talk and talk and talk. But there is a straw that always breaks the camel's back. At what point would our people say, listen, we cannot accept this anymore if this continues? If a man can come to government and the man has absolutely nothing, within the span of 6 years, he literally becomes a millionaire. And then he works his way through the system and he can walk away scot-free. And somebody tells you, when you talk about it, they say, oh, my man, you get jelly because now you doing it. This is what we do to us. This is what we do to us. I don't know if we understand this. And we got people celebrating this. They made a Magisi brother, you're attacking Magisi brother, like Vendetta just said. They made a Mabasa brother, you're attacking Mabasa brother. A man that steals from you and your children, it is not your brother, even if he's biological. Let me repeat. A man that is willing to subjugate you and your kind, that you cannot get a job, you cannot eat, it's not your brother. He's an enemy to you and your children. The children of this country, we are neglecting our responsibility of this generation to make sure we leave a proper Liberia for them, because we continue to do the same thing over and over. Over and over, and nobody's supposed to talk about it. Oh, Mr. Dwali, you are not perfect. Oh, you're not this. How you be? You're not. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be, but somebody has to speak about it. And my job here is to speak about it. If you don't want to change it, so be it. Like Vendetta said, either way, I walk 3 times a day. Santa.
Thank you, Eduardo. I just think we're all as close together. We're wrapping this thing up. We have our own personal OPS. Are you going over there, Eduardo? She's going to meet you there, right? Dr. Boblet? Go ahead.
All right, so I want to say in closing, we come here and we speak on issues. It's not gloom and doom. It is because we care. And a lot of good things happening in Liberia. A lot of people making sacrifices, a lot of committed people. There's so many people who do the job and do it every day without taking a dollar here, a dollar there. The reason we raise these issues because they have the propensity to deny most of us a lot of opportunities because the big dollars that go here and there. I think one of the easiest things the president can do is introduce a new policy of modesty. There are 2 ways to increase your income. You can earn more or you can spend less. And the one that you have more control over is to spend less. So if a poor country can start spending less, then immediately we'll have more without earning more. And then we'll have a better capacity to help the majority of our people. So I look for that day. I work for that day. So we keep raising our voices because we care. My friends will tell me the truth. If they're not really my friends. So when we speak here on this platform, it's because we care about the things that are happening and we want to see a better Liberia. And a better Liberia is coming. So we keep working for it.
So wow, straight to the point. Thank you a lot, Dr. Boblet. Uncle Sam?
Well, I pray that a better Liberia is coming, but I don't believe it's going to be in my lifetime. I'll be very frank with you about that. Okay, I'll be very, very frank with you about that. Look, when I speak, it is not because I have a venom, a bile. I would do that if I were living in extreme poverty. But at the level where I'm living, I'm talking for you all to have what I have, the education, the lifestyle, the opportunities for you all. I went to America when I was 15 years old. 15. I want you to be able to get a good solid education. I want you to be able to get a good income. I want you to be able to live in a country where it's not zokified with what Hassan Fadiga said about 1 million drug addicts living in the graves. I want you to have a better life. I want you to, and I believe that you deserve a better life. You have all of the mineral resources. Iron ore is about $1 trillion in asset. $1 trillion. Can you imagine a country with $1 trillion in iron ore asset? It's a poor country. B Mountain last year in the cartel exported $672 million worth of gold. You don't have any gold reserve. They're building a cement factory. They're building, and Mubo Ali confirmed that, a mineral water factory. And they're about to build tanks to import their own petroleum products. The United Nations Agency for Development, UNCTAD, prohibits transnational companies from doing this kind of stuff. There should be linkages to the Liberian economy where Liberia benefits from the operation of a transnational to provide these services to make millionaires. And you get angry at me because I say these things. Your trading economy, import 1.7 billion is mostly controlled by Lebanese and New Liberians. This is where you find yourself. You are not participating. You don't have any equity in Liberian private individuals in B Mountain, in ArcelorMittal, in China Union, in Western Cluster. How crazy and stupid can you be when you are not riding the growth curve of your economy? Riding the growth curve of the economy is because when your GDP, that pie grows, you're supposed to be getting a piece of that. When they export, your banks are supposed to be receiving some of that money to use that money for economic growth, to lend to agriculture, to housing, to get mortgages, for consumer loans, automobiles, and those kind of sweet, sweet things that happen in other countries. This is a transformative agenda for Liberia. Unfortunately, President Joseph Boakai, been around since the 70s, doesn't have an understanding. No offense to him. He walked from wherever he came from to Monrovia. He stayed in Liberia, and that's all he knows. But the people who he brought in to help him, like the Mamaka and others, this journey, they should have a better worldview, right? And they should be promoting all of these things to help Liberia, to grow your economy, Liberian economic empowerment. Simple thing. Energy. 138 megawatts, 88 megawatts at Mount Coffee. It's a non-starter. Public-private partnerships. We Liberians can write a prospectus and we can raise hundreds of millions of dollars to build our energy capacity up to 1,000 megawatt, 7 rivers perpendicular to the Atlantic Ocean, 350 miles of ocean, a rainforest. Liberia shouldn't be importing any kind of wood product and furniture because we have the highest forest cover in the Upper Guinea region. This is what I want for you.
Uncle Sam Johnson, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. We really do, and you strike something. There should be no way our people should live in poverty. Not today, but we'll bring that up at another day. Not today, our people that are going to bed hungry, Eduardo, with our natural resources that were heard, Cooper Cry, Labor Minister, say, people working at Western Cluster making 3,000, and Liberia on the same level making but under $600 in their own God-given country.
Yeah.
I hear Labor Minister Cooper Crash saying, I am going to ArcelorMittal. Somebody just slapped him at the back of his head, and he got out of his executive mansion suite office and traveling out to see for himself. I'm seeing a Labor Minister say, I'm going to do something. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But talk to me. We'll talk about Cooper Cry and something he said. And I was listening to him. He said he coming back on Spoon. I said, man, somebody just woke the Labor Minister up. Somebody just woke him up. But I said, I talk about Junior, the man, the only handicap we got on the show. You see, we welcome the good, the bad, and the ugly. The only man that's sick on the show, my dear brother in home, I trust. And he asked for it, folks. Let me say this. It was because of Asif October, my only brother on the show. I love this guy. He said, Stanton, you got to make this correction whenever you come on Spoon Talk. I said, what's up, Isaac? He said, but Stanton, Uncle Sam never, Uncle Cummings never have 1%. He said, Mr. Cummings, Uncle Cummings have 1%. I said, let me check. He said it to me. He said, Stanton, you got to tell the people, this is not fair to Mr. Cummings. So again, let me make my free announcement. Mr. Alexander Cummings, I really love you, Mr. Cummings. Seriously. 1.61%. 1.61%. Never ever I want you to say 1%. We got to be up to never. Thank you very much, Asif. Do your closing, sir.
Thank you, Stanton, again.
Number right, Isaac?
Got it 1.61 right, but he got plenty of other things wrong that he won't correct. He won't fight me for all that don't correct it. But I will leave that one. I want to say thank you to all the people out there for all the support from Spoon, all the criticisms and everything. It all works to make this ecosystem of trying to push information to the people, trying to get into the mindset of our leaders for change and all of those things. I think it's critical. And the fact that we have diverse opinions here and people don't try to filter where they come from, in terms of their positions, is pretty good. So we can try to keep the government on its feet. We can try to push ideas. I mean, today I was informed, Stanton, you've been saying it all the time, but today somebody who, kind of close to Joseph Boyka, they say Joseph Boyka watches this show religiously. So hopefully some of the things we're asking him to do when he get back to the country, he can start to do them. He can start to lead and really lead with political will and set the example for the legacy that he wants to leave behind when he's done with his position. I think he should really take some time and reflect, just by himself. Forget about the people that are around him. What do I want the Liberians to remember me for? 40 years in government and becoming president and not impacting, not making change? Or do I want to say, I was similar to President Tobo. I was vice president for 12 years, sat on the sideline for 6 years, observed, came into the position, and I understood what was going on in government, and I was able to effect change. Yeah, look, President Donald Trump demonstrated our democratic president can be a dictator, that you can move some things, whether they're using executive orders or using the bullet pulpit of the presidency. You can do it. Here when you are doing it for Baba thing, but President Boyka, he can use it. If you can use it for Google things, all the time for different people, one benevolent dictator, one this, one that. But it takes will to make some decisions that people don't support, to make decisions that will drive our country in the right direction, to make decisions that will stop the small eating. It's important. But let me just get to my closing. I want to say thank you to Dwalo for all the work you're doing to make the Liberia diaspora, equity fund a reality. And hopefully very soon we'll be able to bring more positive news to people and we'll start to engage, on a higher level. For me, it's painful today. I learned a friend of, 38 years was killed by armed robbers early this morning. And, this was a good guy. He was into the diamond and gold business, and probably some people felt he had some stuff in his house and they could, get to it. And the story I heard, they came the first time, they were not successful and they came back. So before I get into the other issue of a system, I want to say thank you to Spoon TV for covering it and bringing, the video this morning that was shared with me. Otherwise, I would not have known. But we don't have an emergency system. If armed robbers come the first time, what is the process for them to identify? We have pushed for time now. Every 10 square foot in this world has already been identified through what 3 words? It's all about implementation now into an emergency system, into an address system, into so many different applications that our country can benefit for. But if there is no intent to transform, there's no intent to make a difference, all these advances other people are making in the world, all these advances that some of us who are exposed to in the West, will never happen for Liberia. We need leadership to change their mind. We need leadership to push this agenda for the people that can make a difference. We're talking about, this whole, per diem system for people who traveling and stuff like that. A simple system application can solve this problem and make a difference. We need greater level of fintech, financial technology in our existing payment systems in the country to move a lot of things forward. There are a lot of Liberians who are talking stuff. Today, I talked to a brilliant Liberian. He talked about how he has already configured an application that can make it easy to pay from Orange to Lone Star and Lone Star to Orange. Okay? Would they allow him to implement that application? Maybe take his 1%. Most likely the system will find him. So these are the kind of things. We got some brilliant people here who are thinking on solutions for our country, but yet and still, many of our people resist it. So hopefully, the president will start to really take note of some of the things that are being said here and try to push his people on it. Hopefully he can develop a performance management system with his people, set some hard goals that look, for this next 6 months, these are the things I expect you to achieve at agriculture, at labor, and different ministries. And again, a system for the labor minister to say that today he knowing the discrepancy in salary with expats and Liberians, that nonsense. That stuff been happening forever. Let him tell me, let him show me on his desk that he has a country plan for every concession in the country, and that he has been monitoring that country plan to ensure that the employment, the salaries, the elevation and growth of Liberians within those foreign countries going on. Then I will know that he's doing his job. But you can't just be hype about going. He should not even be on the field. A dashboard should be on his screen every morning that he can look at and say, oh, so the Metasti people, out of the 400 employees, they got only 12 are Liberians or 20 are Liberians, and these are the salaries they're making. Those things need to change, man. I can't understand where we are. So, I'm calling on him to hopefully prepare himself when he comes here, because I was on hard questions for him. Finally, a friend of mine is trying to get at least 2 schools that got internet and got electricity. He has a platform that he wants to share with them for them to test our educational platform. So if people got schools they connected with that will be interested in something like that, check me out. It's free. It's no cost to the school. It just requires for them to have that infrastructure in terms of electricity and internet service.
Those are the kind of announcement you've been making. You got to pay for. You see, those are the kind of announcement that you.
I thought you said free thing. I thought you said free announcement already.
Yeah, but after we finish giving our closing.
Oh, but I thought you said in the closing again. One more finish. The finish where you can just move me. So I want to some other thing there. You can just
When I was in Maryland, I didn't see Ava. When I was in Maryland, I didn't see the white beer coming. I don't know where it came from.
Bandara, I've been gray for the time about 10, 11 years old. All the gray.
I say when we were in Maryland together, I didn't see that white beer.
Because I could shave it. Right now, I can't shave it, my brother. Right now, if I shave it, my neck will high. I can't shave it. You like the gray beer?
Oh my God.
The internet is the man. The internet is the man.
No, man. He can talk to me, man.
Oh,
you and I can talk about you. You and Abba, we can talk too much.
I can talk about you.
I learned it from Abba.
I
learned it from Abba.
Go ahead, G.
But CEO, as you said, we are summarizing what transpired during the course of this week. I love my country. This country is sweet. I don't see anywhere in West Africa that is accommodating than Liberia. I traveled to Guinea, Sierra Leone. Liberia is the only country when a foreigner goes today, open shop, Liberians are willing to go in your shop and buy without questioning you whether you come from Guinea, Ghana, no. And I'm very proud of that. But if we come on this platform to speak from our hearts, not from our lips, and we see the same, you know that one email. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we hearing you, but keep talking.
Yeah, the internet, I see it getting. And we see the same victims. We see the victims of corruption, human rights abuse, poverty, bashing. Oh, we hear, we don't like the government, we don't like President Joseph Waka, we don't like this minister. Look, you got to think twice. You see, when they were about to execute Jesus, the women and the men, they were crying. Jesus knew where he was going. He told them, he said, don't cry for me. Cry for yourself and your children. Tonight, we're telling you, be thinking about your problems. But this is what I like to say again to our president. Because some people say we can only criticize, we don't make recommendations. I want to emphasize again, Mr. President, when you leave the presidency, you have your children, you have your grandchildren, you have families. How will they be remembered? As a president who was not in charge, or a president that was corrupt, or the president that was incapable of putting his feet on the ground to penalize people? How will you be remembered? Remember, Mr. President, when these people went on the street, they say you were old, you need to retire, and they said, we agree. When Liberia men say we agree, it almost like what happened in 1997. Came my pa, came my ma, I will vote for you. Please, Mr. President, think about your people. There are people in government that are corrupt. Your signature project, again, the DEA. We don't know. We don't know what is happening. But Mr. President, just a delay is just a deny. Forget about you sending them back or not. For 5 months, Mr. President, it is important for you to make a decision. This is your signature project. There are people who heard they spend a lot of money, $96,000, the other money lost, the other $1 million. You have not taken decision. But just 3 groups of adults make confusion, you suspended them. But here are stories and allegations of people depleted state resources. Money was used for purposes that it should not have been used for. People were placed on your travel list to go to the UN and receive DSA. They did not go. But no action has been taken. Prezo, I still recall that conversation I had with you in 2013. When you said to me, Mr. Patrice, and the legs of your colleagues, you say, I know some of you don't like me, but whether you like it or not, I will be president for this country. And you say, when you open your eyes, the stupidity that we see in government, when it starts to vanish, some of us will not believe it. I'm still convinced that you open your eyes to see that stupidity of corruption leaving government to go away. As I close tonight, I know some of you might not like me for what I'm about to say, but I love Seth Jackson. I differ with him. You know, like what the CSA is about to do, credential audit. I even mentioned in the chat room. Seth Jackson, permit me, I think I've said this to you and I'm saying it publicly. Seth Jackson was sick and he was perhaps waiting for God. But later on, God said, you still need to be alive. When he recovered at that time, I was still in school. He enrolled at the London School of Economics. An old man in his 60s mustered the courage to go to school, learn, he came back. Not just that, he wrote a book. Whether we like him or not, at least his literature, his ideas, that we can read the good side about him and the negative side about him. This is for me as a generation that was enslaved, that was indoctrinated into violence during the period of the war. I hold in high esteem. Today, what we see in public institutions, people are milking state resources with fake credentials. Young people of my age with professional experience have been sidelined, have been misplaced. In fact, to even get into public institutions, even in the private sector, when you learn, you come back to this country, they tell you you have to wait. We cannot run a government or public institution on fraternity. Tonight, fellow Liberians, there are more good people in this country than the bad ones.
Thank you.
If you allow us to critique and constructively engage these people, all these people you see on the panel, look at Dr. Bokle, look at Mr. Dralo, Mr. Waterspoon, Dr. Richardson, my big brother Ava. These people don't need job to survive. Like for me, I don't need job to survive. I'm a hustler. I can survive anywhere. Because you know what? We live our life very simple. Sometimes in Liberia, I ride pepe, I in keke, so you don't even know which car I drive. Because anywhere where necessary, I get there. But when we come here to talk to your president, you should not get angry. This were the same lies they were giving to George Weah. He became one-term president. We told him, Mr. President, this is not right. They say, oh, we'll protect what we have made. We don't let the country. At the end of the day, today, some of you seditious that are on this platform, if you are listening, today, John Weah will still be president. And after him, another young man will come to power. But you see, today, some of you are frustrated. You expected that you'll be in power. It's not there. And I'm sure you are nursing the wounds of your defeat after the 2023 election. And as I always say, the best person for this country is Councillor Kewon Gongo. God bless you all. Thank you.
Stay down. Let me just congratulate my niece before we go.
But can I do my closing too?
Mommy, you close by. I mean, you eating my Jenny. I want to say this, Jenny Cully, to our new graduate, Stanton, to Celia Flomo, a brand new Marine today. We want to congratulate you, young woman. I know your mother, Jenny Cully, is extremely excited for you.
Yes.
The opportunity in our organization too plenty. Take advantage of them and continue to climb the ladder because I know you can achieve great things. Once again, congratulations, and we love you for what you've done for making your mother proud.
Woman power.
Yeah.
The few.
Yeah.
The proud. The Marine. I remember when I was in the Marine. Folks, I want to say thank you for joining us. As always, we appreciate you. Congrats to our dear sister, our dear daughter, our niece. We want to say we're happy for you. Go and serve well. I also want to say thanks for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, tomorrow we have Pastor Goba from Minnesota trying to get that seat that Russell came from in Brooklyn Park. Listen to him, hear his story. And we also want to say the UDA program is going on right now. Right now, Funati Kofa will be there tomorrow to speak to Eula. Again, I want to say again, it was a gracious thank you as always. Enjoy the spoon talk. Take it home with you. Let's have fun every evening. We got more story. I just can't give you everything. A lot is happening. I'm Isa. I'm under the water. I'm part of the crocodile. So when I tell you that lazy, trust me. The people that are there, the yama, they will get first. But trust me, when I talk to them in the back, they say, stay down. We're trying. We got to get it right. Or in 1 year time, we will regret it. May God bless you. May God keep you. And may God save the state. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Nelson, can you come on?
I see y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, Nelson. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Listen, what's that? What's this BB? What's that? That BJ? I think that BJ though. You know what is BJ yet in America?
No.
Is that BJ? Is that why you say BJ, right?
I think that's BJ.
Oh, you don't know it yet, by people close. You know what is it? BJ that food. BJ that food store is like a supermarket or wholesale place.
Ah.
Stand up, let me buy on the thing in Friday evening, man. That's how I buy on you though. You remember how you and James Gooden telling me? I will tell you what BJ is.
I know. I knew very well that we were credited that night. So
And you and James Gooden telling me, BJ, that why you put go buy the chicken, the meat, the supermarket.
I agree.
Oh, you tell them you don't take partisan, huh?
I agree.
So it mean that the people that know BJ that is sharing it well, people that can push the car. You know, when the woman lead the car out. You and Jim would never tell me again. I'm waiting for you. So what did BJ mean? Yeah, it's a wholesale, you know. When I went to and go and do all the shopping and buy the chicken, the vegetables, the wholesale, you know, they can go and buy. Are you one of the cashier?
No, they maybe that cashier has a maybe BJ has a clothing line, and somehow they just have.
Oh, y'all say I shouldn't go after nursing, but nursing and good day put my 30-year-old picture on the show. Y'all didn't get very right. Then I mean shouldn't go after nursing. Nursing working with BJ.
The people say left violence.
The love violence. That's it. Thank you very much, man. You having a show tonight?
Yes, sir. We have a show tonight.
That's good, man. But listen, I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow by God's grace.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right.
You too. Well, folks, again, we want to say thanks to everyone. But just before closing the show, we have a special announcement here. It's a public service announcement, and it says the spoken word education empowerment program, Sweep Liberia Academy, and TVET informs and welcome parents, guardians, friends, sympathizers, and the general public to our first high school, a 12th grade graduation at the Pinsville City Hall at 10 a.m. prompt. The school grand march begins at 8 o'clock a.m. at the John Louis Methodist Church Junction. All schools, that's all students from the 3rd grade to 12th grade, must be on campus at 7 a.m. for the bus to arrive. That's for the bus to drive them at the John Louis Methodist Junction at Waver Street, Painesville. Our so it says our preschool okay, so it says we are proud of our 12th graders because all of our 23 candidates made 100% pass in the wax. Please come and celebrate with us as Honorable Thomas P. Fowler, Deputy Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, will be present, and is signed by Ruth Lydia Pensey, Business Manager. Yeah, so that was a special one. I just thought to throw that in before closing up tonight. But we want to say thanks to everyone for being here tonight. Arthur Johnson, Daniel Gates, a cousin, Fatima. Thanks for being on here tonight, cousin. Mickey Watt. I see. Yes, Josh Morris. Everyone, thanks for joining us tonight on this edition of Spoon Talk. As you know, this is where you get the news. This is where you get to know about the happenings across the country. You get critical analysis right here. And Spoon Talk will be back tomorrow with another edition. And Josh Wheeler, happy birthday to you. Today is a birthday, I understand. Happy birthday to you, Josh Wheeler, one of our panelists from the Late Night Show. We wish you all the best as you celebrate your birthday. That's you, Josh Wheeler. You're there in Australia. Happy birthday to you. Jay Carter, Mohammed Kamara, Otelo Grisby, everyone, thanks for being here tonight. Let's hope we can come back tomorrow for another edition of Spoon Talk. Better yet, you can join us coming up. You can join us for the Late Night Show coming up shortly. That's in about 30 minutes from now. We'll be here with another edition of the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. You can join us. Until then, have a good night and bye-bye for now.
Yeah, Rastafari. Kili bamba, kili bamba, kili bamba, kili bamba, kili bamba, kili bamba. What I want.